Okay. It looks like we are live. Let me just check over here on me Twitch. Oh. Hello. Is it good? Okay, there we are. It looks like we're live. Let's me here. Yep, audio looks good. Hello, Slav, welcome. Let me just tell everyone that we are live. Let me just go. We're live. Twitch.tv / Backlog Dragon. Backlog Dragon, there we go. And send it. Alrighty. Hello everyone, welcome back to Backlog Dragon. We are here once again with the 100 line, Last Defense Academy. Last time we played a lot. We sorry. My Mew just came back for a little bit. But yeah, we completely finished off the slasher arc. And now we are on a brand new route. We went back all the way to day 4, where we saw the threatening message and we chose to stay in the school. Gaku got murdered.
Get ready.
And then we got the team from the other academy, and we got Eva. But now Takumi's kind of like unsure of who to talk to, but now he finally has a good conversation with Eva. He even opened up to him a bit. Alright, so let's get going. In the morning, I headed to the cafeteria for breakfast, only to find that everyone else was already there. So we still don't have the trust of about half of the original team. 1, 3, 9... Oh my, how is it that I count 14 souls? Because you're terrible at math, there's only 13 people here. You see? Nothing bad happened. So it was just a prank after all. Oh yeah, there was also that. We saw the message telling us to start a killing game, and I said no. And then nothing happened. But by who? And for what purpose? If you're asking me, I think the most likely suspect is... We all turn to look at Darumi. Of course. Who else? Let me just check something. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is right after I decided to not join the invader hunt. Join the invader hunt? No. Gaku's dead. And Eito's too dead. Wait a minute, you're accusing me of being the game sponsor? I don't think so. Darumi doesn't have the guts to pull off something like that. You underestimate me. I may not have guts, but I still got my brain meats. They're small and overpowered, but they're all there all the same. Brain meats. Okay, suddenly Darumi is dashy. Oh, for the love of murder. Can't we just be happy that nothing happened? Please excuse me for exposing you to my foul-smelling dumpster breath, but why don't we all have breakfast together? Sure, Shoma, that sounds good. After breakfast, we all headed off to do our own things, relieved that nothing bad had happened after all. As for me, I went back to my room. Almost immediately, a visitor came knocking. I opened the door only to find Tsubasa standing outside. Oh? Huh? Did something happen? You asked about Eva's mask yesterday, remember? I brought it here for you. Oh, thanks. Sorry for the trouble. I took the mask from her. What are you gonna do with that? I was thinking of returning it to Eva. What? You trust her now? Not really, it's just... Oh, I know, you fell in love with her. No. What? Of course not! Tsubasa narrowed her eyes at me, and I felt my palms get sweaty. Never mind, it's none of my business. Everyone's free to love who they want. I told you, that's not it! Oh boy, Tsubasa is jealous now. But since we're talking about the mask, I looked it over out of curiosity. And I found something pretty interesting. That mask isn't any ordinary accessory. It actually comes installed with a bunch of high-tech features. Infrared night vision, zoom functions, organic life detection. There's even a miniature air tank inside that allows you to turn into a gas mask. Using the air tank, the wearer can survive completely shut off from the outside world for as long as 30 minutes. Oh, okay, so these masks are a lot more than just masks. That's amazing. It almost sounds like it would be a waste to give it back to Eva. You wouldn't be able to use it, Takumi. It's custom made to fit a specific shape. Eva is the only one who can wear it. I guess I might as well give it back after all. Even with the best technology in the world, I can't possibly... If she can possibly harm any of us from inside that cage, right? Tsubasa thought about it for a while before nodding in agreement. By the way, when she's gonna give us more information about the enemy? She did promise to be useful if we spare her life. We kinda together. Actually, I think it'd be best if we could get her to join us as an ally. An ally? Oh, Tsubasa, I am picking up what you're putting down. Yeah, so that she can fight in the defensive battles alongside us. We need some kind of safety measure before allowing her to cut loose, of course. Like a collar with a bomb, maybe. That would put everyone at ease, right? If she tries to run or do anything funny, all we have to do to stop her is press a button and activate the bomb. A bulb lit up in my mind as Tsubasa was speaking. Tsubasa. Let's say there was already a self-destruction device in Eva's body. Would it be possible for someone else to activate it? Depends on how the bomb was built. If the detonation mechanism was designed to be triggered remotely, then maybe... Well, in that case, your plan might actually work. Oh, 1 second. What's the... 1 second. Okay, Takumi, we cooking here. The detonator is on the joint of my left hand pinky finger. Moving it in a particular motion triggers an explosion. Wait, you were being serious? You weren't just speaking hypothetically? Do you think that's something you can do? You want me to create a detonation device for the bomb inside her? Yes. Once it's done, we'll have the perfect safety measure. And then we can allow Eva to join us, huh? Alright, I'll give it a shot. Awesome, I'm counting on you. Yay! I guess we're leaving Eva in a different way now. But again, she's a prisoner of war, I suppose. After Tsubasa left, I went to look for Hiruko to get the key from her. The key that would open Eva's cage. I walk into the courtyard, her mask in hand. Takumi. Here you go, as promised. That's my mask. It sure is. I opened the cage using the key Hiruko gave me. After handing Eva's mask to her, I closed the door and locked it again. Thank you, Takumi. I don't know what to say. No need. Just keep my promise. Well, I'll be seeing you. Really? Just like that? I turned around, giving a casual wave as I walked away. He's trying to be a cool guy. I'm back in my room, but now what? There's nothing for me to do here. I might as well take a walk around the school. Free time! Alright, here's my question. Okay, she's not listed here yet. Eva is still not listed on the team. Alright, so here's what I think I'm gonna do. I haven't done this in forever. Training room. Let's upgrade some class weapons. I actually have a good amount of materials. Oh, we can... Well, of course I can upgrade Eva. I can still upgrade Eito even though he's dead. Okay, so let's see. I was on my way to get everyone 2 fully upgraded moves, right? Aerial engagement, twin gale, Kako. I guess let's max out Shoma's aggression signal. Okay, I don't have the materials for Omega Punch. There we go. Tries to actually. I still think it's. I still love that that description. Try to actually attack for once, and then he gets stunned. All right, now. Let's max out whip. Let's max out Twisted Whip. And. Let's see. Moko is the only one that has no maxed out move. So yeah, Moko and well, Eva has some Saron Sword. This one. Moko Dynamite. And we maxed it out. There we go. Nice. We're doing good. Now let's see. I guess I'll just go down the list now. Yeah, Hiruko. Internal Laceration. I just realized I have a ridiculous amount of BP. Good. Now I feel fine. I can't do that because I lack the materials. Accelerate, maybe? Yeah, there we go. I finally got some use for all that machinery that I have. Oh, what the? Ah, okay. There you go. Now, on the hunt. Even though Gaku is dead in this arc. Ima. I might as well. No. Kako. Okay, anyone here uses plants as their thing? Because I have a lot of plants lying around right now. Nope. Actually, at this point, I think I might as well just get everything that I can that doesn't require, yeah, additional materials. And after that, I'll go for an expedition. Shigoren no Mai. There we go. Sacrificial Viper. Does nobody uses plants as their upgrade thing? I guess Yugamu does, but it's plants and one more thing. Okay. I have the Storm. Hollow Blade. There we go. Now I can upgrade Air Blade. Here we go. Let's upgrade Eat This. I have so much BP accumulated. Oh wait, this is it! Ah, there we go. Takemaru was the one. Okay. There we go. Decelerate. Take this. Here, Gaku, once you come back to life in a different timeline, you're gonna have everything that you need. Energy Sniper for Kako. There we go. And I think I did all that I can do for now. Yeah, I'm not gonna see Eito for a very long time, because I'm gonna stay on the route where he's dead until I'm done with it. Alright, let's go out. I don't have the materials to make anything anyway. Hi, Hiruko. Well, I basically need everything, so... I guess except BP, because I still have plenty of BP, but that I'll just find along the way. Plants is the one I need the least, so I'm gonna get textiles and machines. Minerals and machines, BP and machines. Actually no, let's get everybody that gets BP and stuff. BP and machines. BP and minerals. Textiles. Textiles and machines, there we go. This is a pretty good exploration team. Let's go!
Move out!
Let's go! Alright, so I think I'll just walk around these parts. See what I can get. Maybe one of each. Found some black ore.
Here's something.
One. This one. Got a 4-leaf clover.
Here's something.
I'm gonna grab whatever that is over there. One, 2, 3. There you go. Those like line up hearts. Nothing happened. Damn it. Sure, I'll pick some. There you go.
Here's something.
Bloop bloop. Continue. Tsubasa defused the bomb. Nice.
Look what I found.
Good stuff. Dash over and kick the box. Nice. Cardboard
Here's
box.
something.
Keep going. Ignore the fog. Nice.
This looks like a rare one.
Nice. There we go. Nice. Bronze token. I wonder if there's a way to expand my inventory for when we explore instead of just 9 items. Let me see, can I get to a different region? Because maybe if I go that way. Yeah, this is an enemy base. Another star. Creep pest. Nice.
I'll take that.
That is very good. Fry it and eat it? Don't eat it. It's not like we need health anyway. Ow. Okay, here's the reason why I think Nozomi is good to have here. If I take damage, I just go into battle. Alright, Nozomi.
I'll never surrender.
Yes, please don't. Instead, heal everybody.
I'm indebted to you.
Perfect.
Let us begin.
Kiyoshika.
You've left yourself open.
Do this.
Ready as I'll ever be.
My turn.
Takumi.
Here we go.
Agility potion. No, attack potion. There we go.
This should do it. Say
Now. Die.
That's it. Got it. Let's do this.
Impact stab.
Ha!
There we go.
All right, I've got this.
Another impact stab.
Yeah. Here we go.
One more time. for good measure.
Got it. My turn.
And now you can just wipe everything out, right, Tsubasa?
I'm good whenever. They're gonna hear this engine roar.
Yeah. Nice.
You can take it from here.
Good to go.
And take it from here, he will. Perfect.
Here's something.
Very good. Let's see. Okay, it's over there. Mixed everything. Nice. Full recovery. Take it apart. Nothing happened. Play the tape. Nice, got a cassette player.
Here's something.
Okay, now. What? It's worth 30. 30 is actually the lowest worth, but I guess I'll take it over the flower. Just run away.
I
Nice.
picked this one up.
Goodie. Swap the cassette player for that. Ow. 1, 2, 3. Play the school song over it. Nice, gramophone.
Look what I found.
And that one I will swap for the circuit board. Nice. Landed on enemy, I can heal. Okay, so
I won't give in.
no zombie.
I've got your back. You have my max.
Hello, remake, how's it going?
My turn.
I leveled everybody up. We're now very strong and big.
Let's do this.
There you go.
Oh,
this.
ready when you are. Yeah.
This.
Got it. Let's go.
Yeah.
There.
There.
Oh, I've got this.
Side slash.
That's it. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm
Whenever
gonna
you're ready.
take the moment to heal Tsubasa.
I owe you.
Oh yes, that's right. It's 4th of July. I forgot because
Here we
I'm not in
go.
the US, so I keep forgetting. Happy 4th of July to everyone.
One
Hope you guys
last
having
throw.
a wonderful holiday and celebrating your independence. Your independence. So yeah, happy America Day to everyone. I should have said that earlier. I apologize. Okay. I was so focused on getting all my take the impact hat on. Nice, I got a tire.
Here's something.
Let me swap the dismantle bomb for it. As you can see, I am flat broken out of resources. Nice. I basically did I finally did some upgrading and spent everything that I had. Charge right in. Nice.
I'll take that.
Supercomputer CPU. I guess I'll swap it for this one. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Tsubasa operated. Silver ore.
I'll take that.
Broke it again in a game where the money shouldn't be a real resource. Indeed. Basically, I decided I finally had time to go to the training room and get all my stuff, all my moves leveled up, and I had a lot of BP, so I leveled up as many moves as I could, except for the the ones that but they consume my resources as well, right? The same ones that I use for making gifts. I got large gear.
Picks this one up.
I don't need it. All right. Okay, ignore it and move on. And now, since I'm exploring, I'm also taking the time to... What? This one? I'm also taking the time to see if I can find the items that we need to find. That we need to find in order to... Oh, it's 1 a.m. for you? Oh yeah, you're in Europe, right, Sloth, if I recall? It is so... Thanks for coming out so late. There we go. Just keep moving, we're good. Sure, just rest. Yeah, look at you turning the night upside down. I got a speaker.
Here's something.
And I immediately drop it on the floor. Yeah, I'm trying to find the stuff that I need in order to make the items that that I still can't make on the gift-o-matic. All right.
Let us begin.
Say when.
One.
Onward.
Yoshika. There you go.
Banzai.
Banzai.
Apologies.
Good to go. There.
There.
Leave it to me. Hi. Let us begin.
Well done, Yoshika.
You've left yourself open.
Oopsie.
Let's do this.
Die.
Take this. Got it.
And now...
One last strike.
There we go. Perfect.
Take care of the rest.
I'm taking the wheel.
And then Tsubasa can just clean it up. Perfect.
I'll take that.
A swimsuit poster. Wow. It's better than a cardboard box. This way. Don't need it. Bloop bloop. Ow. Here she got hurt. Let's heal her. Man, having no zombie on an exploration team is a game changer, because then I can just go into a battle and heal her. And heal anyone.
Locked and loaded. I'll help.
Instead of just waiting to die.
My turn.
Alright, Takumi. Can start by doing this.
I've got this. Take this.
There we go.
Leave
Now
it to me.
Kiyoshika.
Banzai.
Goody.
My apologies. 2 arms.
Ready when you are. My
Yeah, I'm
turn.
gonna use a potion.
Time to use it.
There you go.
Here we go.
Sword.
Yeah. Let's do this.
Sword.
All right. I've got this. Here.
Sword.
Got it. Ready when
There
you
you go.
are.
Onward.
Locked and loaded.
There we go.
Let's ride.
I could have stayed if I wasn't gonna babysit your niece. Oh, you're gonna babysit your niece later today? Yeah,
Felt
get some
that
rest
one,
then.
Didn't you?
What the? There's still more? Oh, I missed
Good
this
to
guy.
go. Ha!
Yeah, if you need to sleep, go to sleep, mate. It's late for you. It's like 7, you know, it's almost 8 for me, but yeah. I don't need a pumpkin. There we go. Anything here? Come on. He has to be here somewhere. I still need the materials for Darumi and Hiruko's final gift. But I do not see it, and I don't see anywhere to go from here. Well, that sucks. Well, I guess I'll grab that and then I'll check a different area. Fish off the coast? Ow! Kyoshika got hurt by trying to fish. This way. Try a random combination. Ow! Okay, we actually need to fight enemies now. Yeah, Remake, you can watch the... Well, I'll see the replay. Have a nice stream. Yeah, good night. Have a good night. And yeah, we can always check the VOD later.
All good.
You have my mess.
There we go.
I've got this. Good to go.
Attack potion.
This should do it. I've got this. That's it.
There we go.
Let's go.
One.
Let us begin.
There we go.
2 arms.
Say when.
Impact. Stab.
Ready when you are.
Stabby, stab, stab, like Darumi would
Let's
say.
do this.
Oh, sorry, Mick, you
All
missed,
right.
but
Ready when you are.
at the beginning of the stream, the day started, they were wondering, see, we didn't participate in the killing game and nothing happened, so that was probably a prank, and then by who?
We did it.
Everyone instantly turns to look at Darumi. Okay, let's see. Sensor poster. I do kind of want to keep the red crystal. I guess I'll scrap the 4-leaf clover. I don't need it. Bloop bloop.
This looks like something good.
Goody. Finest fabric. I guess. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of tire. I mean of metals. I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna swap the tire for the finest fabric. Okay, now... The checkpoint is right there. Go for a prayer. Large crystal. I don't need it. Force it open. Ow! Got a suit. I guess expensive suit. Yeah, I'll swap the poster for that. There we go. Bloop bloop bloop. Oh, nah, shoot! I pressed the wrong button. Well, maybe if it's a 90. Rainbow feather.
I'll take that.
Okay, it is a 90. Good. Alright, so I guess no... Well, we do have 1 mineral. This should probably be enough. But I do want to try getting to that point again. Tip it over. Nice, nice. 1, 2, 3. Another enemy.
I'm prepped and ready.
Yep. Kyoshika.
I'll help.
I'm indebted to you.
Let's do this. My turn.
Final attack potion.
Here we go. Take
Here.
this. Let's do this. Yeah. All right.
Let us begin.
Actually, Kyoshika can clear these out.
My
And
turn.
Takumi can finish this guy out. There we go. Done. Alright.
I found this.
I don't need that. I don't need you. Move checkpoint, that's what I meant to click. Okay, we are in the coast. South, west, and north. Let's see, I'm gonna go here. And then I'll go here. Okay, we're in the underground. There's another star over there. I might as well grab that. It'll probably be something to make up for my lack of minerals. Alright, might as well grab that since I'm here. Ignore it. Nothing happened. Don't need it.
This looks like something good.
Philosopher's Stone, nice. Silver ore, 90. I guess I don't need the crystal, the red crystal. I'll get those during battles. You know what? I should do it.
I'm beat.
I couldn't really find the materials. Maybe they're just not the stuff for the affinity with Darumi and Hiruko, but maybe those just aren't available right now. But nice. We went from having no materials to having a pretty good amount. So it was a worthy trip. I went to bed after an uneventful day. No, it only seemed uneventful. Something may have been brewing behind the scenes without me noticing. But since I had no way to ascertain that, I decided to simply go to bed and embrace the sleep for the night. Foreshadowing, huh? Day 27! Hey. I woke up as the morning announcement played, but it had barely finished when a piercing scream resounded in my ears. What the? I jumped out of bed and dashed out of my room. Shoma! Uh-oh. Hiriko, Tsubasa, and Takemaru were out on the roof already. Was that Shoma just now? Yeah, I came running out when I heard it. Huh? I was already here when she came out. The scream came from the back of the building. Are you sure? Trust me, I got a dog's hearing. Okay, let's go. Uh-oh. We made our way down the stairs as quickly as we could and headed to the back of the school. It didn't take long for us to reach our destination, where we saw... What the hell? Oh no! How? Why?
Shoma!
Shoma, no! At least this time we know that Takumi is not the one that killed him. I rushed over to check his pulse and breathing.
Nothing. He's dead.
No, not the goat Shoma. Now when we finally get that Eva on the team.
No way.
Wait, he isn't? Yeah, right? Because remember, yeah, Takumi isn't, because we just heard Shoma scream, right? We were in our room. Maybe it's that visitor that we never found out who it was, right? Because there was like a second person in the diving suit that we never figured out the identity of. That wasn't Yugamo. And you know, in the start, and look, he died in the same way that Gaku did. By this time, the other team members had come running as well. It was Nozomi, Moko, Kyoshika, Yugamo, and Kurara. They gasped as their eyes went wide when they saw Shoma's body.
Shoma!
Are we sure Takumi haven't blinked out or anything? Not in this route yet.
Impossible.
What is this? Is he breathing?
No.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah. Damn it.
Get your act together. It's too early to give up.
Put him in the
Just
pod!
heard him screaming. He can't have been dead longer than 10 minutes.
Hiruko's got
We
it!
can use the Revive-O-Matic to bring him back.
Quickly!
Let's get him to the infirmary!
Yes, but just one moment.
No, Kyoshika, grab him!
The hell?
Sir Ima, Lady Kako, and Lady Darumi have not shown up yet.
Oh.
Hey, you're right.
Okay, split into
Maybe
two
they woke
teams.
up early and went to the cafeteria first?
Even so.
Time's
they should've
passing,
heard the
guys.
scream. Weird that they didn't come running like the rest of us.
This
Just
isn't the time to discuss that.
thank you,
Get
Hiruko.
Shoma to the infirmary now.
Yeah, I'll carry him there on my back. I don't know how to work the Revivomatic though.
Just stuff him
I'll
in
come
there.
with you. The rest of you can go look for Ima, Kako, and Darumi.
Alright.
Got it.
Well, yeah, he just died, right? So maybe... Maybe... Takemaru put Shoma on his back and immediately ran off to the infirmary with Tsubasa. The rest of us then split up to look for Ima, Kako, and Darumi. Since the person who attacked Shoma could still be lurking nearby, we split into teams for safety. I partnered up with Hiruko. We decided to start with the cafeteria. We made our way there as soon as we could, but there was nobody else inside. Ima, Kako, Darumi, anybody there? No response. Looks like they're not here. Yes, let's try somewhere else. Turning around, we dashed down the hallway towards the gym. But when we got there... Is the gym locked? Hey, I can't open the door! Oh. Is it locked? I peered through the small opening in the slight ajar door. There's a latch. Someone latched the door from the inside. Hiruko and I looked at each other nervously, neither daring to breathe. We're gonna have to break the door down. You're right, on 3. 1, 2, 3! One more time, 1, 2, 3! The door refused to budge even after we threw ourselves against it numerous times. Soon the noise we were making started to attract the others to the gym as well. We need some help here, guys! What we were trying to do was obvious enough that we didn't have to explain. Everyone nodded, and took a couple steps back and prepared to charge the door. Hell yeah, we're the Subway Slammer! That's right, I don't play Persona 5 DX, but I know the memes. Ready, go! The latch broke apart with a cracking sound and we all tumbled into the gym together. And lying on the floor in front of us was... oh no. Oh no!
This is...
It's too soon for this to happen.
Unbelievable.
I ran to Kako and put my fingers on her neck. There was no pulse. She was deathly cold. Hiruko came from behind and started examining Kako's body. Once she had finished, she turned to look at the others and silently shook her head.
But it's okay. She couldn't have been dead for too long, like Shoma.
Is Shoma even a... Did we get him back?
We should take her to the infirmary now.
She looked like she was poisoned. Yeah, because she's holding like a flask. Didn't she just Romeo and Juliet herself?
Yeah.
Nozomi ran over to Kako and lifted her up. Cause there's no... She lost too much blood excuse this time. As she did, something fell out of Kako's right hand. What is this? A medicine bottle? By the time I noticed it, Nozomi had already run out of the gym, carrying Kako's body. The rest of us started to leave. Hiruko suddenly spoke up. Wait, Yugamo, you go with Nozomi. Moko, Kyoshika, Kurara, continue looking for Ima and Darumi. And Takumi, you stay here. What? Why? Just do as I say for now. I'll explain later. Alright. Let us be off at once. The others nodded to each other and then ran towards the hallway. Oh boy, what is happening right now? Leaving only Hiruko and myself at the scene of the crime. Why only me? There's only one exit here, and it was latched out. I turned to look at the exit. Lying on the floor nearby was the mop that had been broken into 3 pieces. The mop handle was used as a makeshift latch. It would be impossible for someone to latch the door like this from the outside, which means this incident happened in a locked room. Oh boy, we got a locked room mystery! Yeah, I remember. I played Danganronpa. Assuming this is true, there are 2 possibilities I can think of. Can you guess what they are? I answered hesitantly. The first possibility is that, as much as I hate to say it, Kako killed herself, right? Yes, look at the bottle that dropped from her hand. What does the label say? TTX. It's an abbreviation of tetrodotoxin. It's extremely poisonous. Swallowing just 1 or 2 milligrams is fatal. Are you saying Kako drank this? I don't know, but we'll have to think about that later. The other possibility is the more pressing one. Because if Kako didn't take the poison herself, it didn't take long for me to make the connection. The killer is still hiding somewhere in the gym. Yes, if it were a killer, that is. That's why I told you, if there is a killer, that is. That's why I told you to stay behind. Alright, let's look around. Hiriko and I searched the gym as cautiously as we could. Despite leaving no stone unturned, we didn't find anyone hiding anywhere. It makes it clear that Kako took her own life. Does it though? Shoma was found sliced up on the back of the building around the same time. Don't you find it strange that somebody killed him while Kako killed herself? No, there's nothing strange about that if Kako had been the one to kill Shoma. What? After stabbing him to death, she ran into the gym, blocked the door with a mop handle, and ingested the poison to kill herself. I decided to state my opinion objectively, even though I really didn't want to say those words out loud. Maybe, but that wouldn't make sense if Kako died before Shoma. Huh? Remember how Kako felt when you touch her body? Yes, she's already gone completely cold. I noticed it too. It's probably been several hours since she died. So Kako killed herself sometime last night, and then somebody killed Shoma sometime this morning? Or Kako was also murdered. That's a possibility as well. How is that possible when the door is latched from the inside? Wait, there's something more important here. If Kako had already been dead for a few hours... Yes, I'm afraid it's already too late for her. Oh no. Oh no! Tsubasa, Nozomi, and Yugamu were in the infirmary when Hiroko and I arrived. They're using that blue sky a lot in this route. They were standing around with a grave look on their faces. How are Shoma and Kako? Well, we managed to successfully revive Shoma. Okay, good. That's great. Yes, what a relief. But he's still unconscious. His physical body had been restored to full health, but it seems that he hasn't recovered mentally from the attack yet. Where is he? Sleeping in his room. Takemaru is taking care of him. And what about Kako? We did put her body in the revival medic, but alas... Damn. We got Shoma but not Kako. Hiriko and I went behind the revival medic to look at the monitor. What was written on the screen made our hearts sink. Cause of death: respiratory paralysis induced asphyxiation. Estimated time of death: day 27 between 1 and 4 a.m. Traces of TTX poison detected in the body. Oral intake of TTX presumed to have led to respiratory paralysis induced asphyxiation. No external injuries found on the body. Too much time had passed since death. Impossible to revive. Damn. Oh boy. Is it Ima? No. Darumi, you're safe! Where were you all this time? In the rec room, playing slots. You were doing what? You can't blame me! I overslept this morning and didn't see anyone in the cafeteria. I just assumed everybody was off doing their own thing. Kyoshika and I found her in the rec room and dragged her here. We already told her about Shoma and Kako. Still, we didn't yet know if they'd been successfully revived, so here we are. Did it go well? Just then, 2 other people barged into the room noisily. There he is. Mr. Suzuki told me what happened. I fell asleep in my dear sister's room last night, but when I woke up, she was nowhere to be found. I've been looking around for her ever since. I saw him running around the hallways like a headless chicken and brought him here. Where is my dear sister? What has happened to her? I explained the situation to everyone who was just arrived. The news that Kako could no longer be revived hit everyone like a ton of bricks. Damn, and this is also, mind you, this is an Ima that still has not gone through that development of accepting Kako's independence. Tears started swelling up in Moko and Kyoshika's eyes while Kurara was sniffling away under her mask. Darumi alone shed no tears. She had a vacant look on her face as she stared absently into space. As for Ima...
No! 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 Dear
Damn.
sister! My dear sister! No!
Damn. He's Darth Vadering it up. With an anguished cry, the distant Ima lost control of all reason and started lashing out. We managed to wrestle him to the ground and pin his limbs down as he struggled violently.
Wait here while I go grab the gamma feel.
The what?
What's that?
Powerful anesthetic. We have some in the biolab.
Is that a good idea? Yugamu dashed out as quickly as he could. Damn. He came back a while later with the gamma fuel, which he then injected into Ima. Yeah. The drug caused Ima to weaken and slump over. Yugamu observed him closely.
All is fine now. He's unlikely to wake up before tomorrow morning.
I feel like Ima is a goner now. He and Kako are kind of a package deal. I can see Kako going on without Ima, but not the other way around. Unless this would be very interesting if this is a Kako-less route where Ima sticks around. We moved the unconscious Ima into his room and assigned Moko to watch over him. After that, we took Kako's body to the morgue. There were now 3 bodies lying on the table in the morgue. Kako's body was the smallest. I kept staring at her. When I closed my eyes, I could still see her innocent smile. I couldn't believe the girl I had thought of like my own little sister was now gone. An indescribable ache spread through my chest at that thought. Unable to stand the pain, I forced myself to look away. Damn. We lost Kako. Again. After that, we went to the courtyard to check the cages. Eva was still inside hers, the door securely locked. Hiruko and I went on to tell the others that what we learned from investigating the gym. The improvised latch, the bottle of poison, and how there had been no one else inside. While we were talking, the sun had set and the darkness of night was slowly taking over. It was already evening. Since nobody was in the mood for a meal, we gathered in the leisure lounge instead of the cafeteria. Sir Takemaru? Were you not supposed to attend to Sir Shoma? Yugamu took over. That's a bad idea! Shoma's still out cold, but he's physically fine now. I just don't understand why Kako would kill herself. Be right back, about to eat with the family. Okay. Have a good meal. I've already explained. We don't know for sure that it was suicide. We haven't found a suicide note, not in the gym, on her clothes, or in her room yet. But the gym door was latched shut from the inside. And you didn't find anyone else in there, correct? Yes, but I find it hard to accept that Kako had killed herself, when Shoma was clearly killed by someone else. Why would she even do such a thing? I'm not fully convinced until a clear reason surfaces. I think he was murdered too, by that sponsor who was trying to get us to join the invader hunt. They did warn us that this could happen. We all heard that from what the recording said, remember? All who refuse to join the game will be eliminated. All who refuse. That means the rest of us are targets too. You telling us that sponsor wants to kill us all? The first threatening message said something about everyone dying, too. Ah, it sure did! The first and second threats. We assumed that they were written by different people because of the handwriting. But I'm starting to think it was the same person after all. We were against the first note. We ignored the demand to leave the academy and chose to stay behind instead. That gave the culprit an idea. I'll hold a killing game and force those guys to murder each other! But then we went against the second request as well. They decided that they were gonna have to do it themselves. And by it, you mean killing us. Yep! It all makes sense when you think of it this way, doesn't it? That would mean the perpetrator has already murdered 4 people. 4? Sir Gaku, Lady Kako, Sirei, and Sir Shoma. Although Sir Shoma was lucky enough to escape the jaws of death. So we're up against a ruthless killer here. We can't just let someone butcher our friends and get away scot-free. How do we find them? Haven't I mentioned this before? The killer may well be one of us. Everyone tensed up at Hiroko's words and started exchanging suspicious glances. Not everyone is a suspect though. It would have been impossible for Takumi, Tsubasa, Takemaru, or me to have done this. How can you be so sure? That's right. The 4 of us met each other on the rooftop this morning, immediately after hearing Shoma scream. He was stabbed in the back of the building, even if we could teleport. There's no way we could have just appeared on the rooftop right after slicing him up that badly. He wasn't thrown down from the rooftop after being stabbed either. His body hadn't taken any fall damage. Just a moment. What if all 4 of you were working together? Yes, it would definitely seem possible from your point of view. That would also mean 1 in the 3 of our team are... That would also mean 1 in the 3 of our team... Wait. Okay. That would also mean that 1 in 3 of our team are killers. I don't think the SDU would be worth much then. Okay, I don't know why I was struggling to read that. That line of reasoning isn't strong enough to prove your innocence. Damn it, I'm struggling to speak. Anyway, what were the rest of you doing that time? I remember those who came after us were Nozomi, Kyoshika, and Kurara. Moko and Yugamo too, though they aren't here right now. Where did you guys come from? Huh? I ran from the entrance hall. I simply found myself in the group as I was heading to the back of the building. How did you know where to go there? Well, I heard Shoma scream, but I chose to wait in my room first before making a move. And then I overheard you guys talking outside. You said something about the scream coming from the back of the building, remember? So I followed you to the scene of the crime. Nozomi and Darumi said the same thing, but I couldn't tell if they were telling the truth. Whatever the case, there is no denying that the perpetrator could have joined the group halfway through without anyone realizing. Your suspicions are misplaced, especially when there is much likelier especially when there's a much likelier suspect to cast aspersions on. Yes, someone who doesn't even show up at the crime scene. Oh, wait, you mean me? You were totally trying to get us all to join this stupid killing game. So when we refused to cave after the second threat, you decided to... It wasn't me! I had nothing to do with that threat, I overslept, that's all! We all shot Darumi deeply suspicious looks. Her dismay and bewilderment were palpable. Beads of sweat rolled down her face, making her makeup run. Hey, can I say something? I think it's counterproductive for us to start doubting each other like this. How are we gonna handle the future battles if we can't even stay united? Let's calm down and think about things rationally. Under normal circumstances, the probability of the killing being an outsider is a lot higher than the alternative. But wouldn't an outsider be able to slip in without triggering the alarm? Well, that's... Maybe it was Eva. Impossible. We checked the cage just now, remember? She was still inside the gate. She was still inside and the gate was properly locked. Not only that, I have the key right here. This is the only key and it can't be duplicated, as Hiroko said. Also, I locked the door last night, so nobody could have stolen the key from me while I was asleep. What if you were working with her? I can debunk that theory. Takumi has been with me since morning. Even if he had let Eva out of her cage last night to stab Shoma, he wouldn't have locked it back up this morning without my knowledge. You need a key to lock the cage just as much as you needed to unlock it. That means it's one of us. No, it can't be. There has to be a way for someone to come in without triggering the alarm. There's always a possibility that nobody slipped in at all. What are you saying? I'm saying the killer could have already been hiding in the academy before the first team was dispatched here. That's true. If they were already here, they wouldn't have triggered the alarm. So that person's still hiding somewhere in the school right now. Ah yes, Mukuro Ikusaba, the 4th thing student, hiding somewhere in this school. All of a sudden, Tsubasa raised her voice. I know! I can make an organic life detection device. Ah, here we go again. Especially because in the other timeline, her device always showed one number higher than the amount of people alive. Organic life? Detection device? Put simply, it's a machine that detects the number of large organisms on school grounds. It won't be advanced enough to pinpoint their exact location, but having a precise number would tell us if there really is an outsider hiding here. Can you make something like that? I found a similar function while investigating Eva's mask 2 days ago. I took the opportunity to study it thoroughly. So yes, I can make something like that in 7 days maybe? 7 days. Until then, let's stop being suspicious of each other, like Nozomi suggested. We'll assume that the killer is an outsider until proven wrong. What do you guys say? Everyone nodded in agreement. The moment I saw that, the world around me started to spin. What is this? What? Oh no! That was the last thought on my mind before it shut down completely. Oh boy. Ah crap, the gi is still in. Oh what? Day 39.
Burn out of troops!
Wait, that's way more than 27, 8, 9, 30, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's like 11, 12 days.
Time to rise and shine!
Ah, crap.
Get ready for your 39th day of prepare.
Oh, golly. Oh, no. I woke up to the now all too familiar sight of Nozomi sitting right in front of me. It was deja vu time. She noticed right away when I woke up and... Every time, Nozomi? She leapt to her feet with an ear-piercing scream. She scuttled frantically around the room a few times more than last time before finally coming to a stop. That's right, he did pass out in this route, I forgot. And then she just stood there in a daze. I watched the entire scene play out before me, before sitting up. What day is it today? Day 39. I fainted on the night of the 27th, so I've been out for 11 days? Yes. We were almost out of emergency feeding drips. Why did I lose consciousness? I didn't get stabbed on day 27, and my old wound didn't reopen. Nozomi regarded me with a somber look on her face as I fumbled to myself. Then she gave me the diagnosis. We think you have the fainting disease. Oh, not again. Why does Takumi keep getting weird diseases? Fainting disease? also known as psychogenic pseudosyncope. Pseudosyncope? Psychogenic pseudosyncope? A disease that causes you to suddenly lose consciousness after being exposed to strong psychological shock or stress. Like your mind just blows out. I have a disease like that? Yes, after what happened to Shoma and Kako on day 27. Your mind suffered a heavy blow. And even though you somehow made it to nighttime okay, the moment you felt like you could relax, your mind completely shut down. Just like that. How could you tell I had a disease? This is the third time you fainted out of the blue, right? And it always takes you a long time to regain consciousness. It didn't seem like normal behavior, so we decided to scan your brain. Using the Revival-matic diagnosis function. I don't remember contracting any diseases like that. This is what the machine analysis said. Traces of treatment found on damaged parts of the brain. Fainting disease likely developed as an after effect. Okay. Treatment on damaged parts of my brain? I don't know what exactly happened. It's the Gi! Anyway, the damage isn't life-threatening and doesn't affect your cognitive functions or judgment. So that part is nothing to worry about, at least. Easy for you to say. This means I could faint again if something stressful happens, right? Yes, but I'm sure you'll be alright. As long as we make sure nothing too stressful happens. So, has anything changed? Changed? Like, have you guys learned anything about the killer while I was out? No, we haven't made any progress on that area. The unknown killer remains at large and we don't have a single clue to follow. Nobody's been attacked since then, so we're all still alive at least. What about Shoma and Ima? Shoma's regained consciousness already, but he said he doesn't know who stabbed him. You can ask him about it yourself later. And Ima? He's barricaded himself in his room and hasn't said much to us. Just a word or two when we deliver him food. Needless to say, he didn't fight in the defensive battle that happened on day 33. Ima, Shoma, and Darumi sat out the battle as usual. Are those three still suspicious of me? Yes, they seem to think that you're the most likely suspect. But even if you weren't the one, it had to be someone from the SDU. That's what those three believe. Nozomi and I headed to the cafeteria together, where everyone except Ima, Shoma, and Darumi gathered. When they saw me, they said things like, "You're awake!" or "Thank goodness!" Everyone was quietly rejoicing about seeing me on my feet again. Their reactions were a lot more subdued than before. I could hardly blame them. This is the third time I've woken up after losing consciousness for several days. At least, that's what I thought. Turned out they had another reason to be despondent. The dark gloomy aura that hung over the group indicated there was something more at play here. I finished breakfast and returned to my room. Soon after, Tsubasa came knocking. He should have finished the device, right? You saw how dejected everyone seemed just now, right? Wanna know why? Sure. She pulled out something from behind her back. What's this? The organic life detection device. Oh, right, you finished it. 5 days ago, yeah. But now I wish I hadn't. Why not? Because this is the reason everyone's jumping at shadows. She turned the device on as she spoke. 13. Yep, the total number of life forms in this academy. That's all of us, including Eva. Which means there are no outsiders in the school. And the culprit really is one of us. Yeah, that's what everyone believes now. Except for me and Nozomi, that is. You two still think there was an outsider that did it? I don't know, but the killer could have fled outside after stabbing Shoma, right? The possibility of that happening seemed low to me, but I forced myself to not voice those doubts. Anyway, that's why everyone is so down. Basically, it's because we're all suspicious of one another. This isn't gonna end well. Without trust, we won't be able to put up a united front against the next defensive battle. Can't you do something, Takumi? I'll do what I can to help you as well. Just tell me what you need. Oh, I just remembered. I finished the other thing you asked me to do a while ago, too. What thing? You know, the remote detonator that will trigger the bomb in Eva's body. I managed to complete it after carefully investigating her body. With her consent, of course. Tsubasa rummaged through her pocket and took out something that looked like a remote control. I took it and gripped it tightly in my hand. Thanks. This put me at ease. I'll probably add Eva to the team starting for the next battle. Yeah, that should help out our combat power. The problem is getting the others to trust her. Well, I've done my part. The rest is up to you. Thanks, Tsubasa. Well, I'm glad we can count on her. With that, she left the room. Up to me, huh? How should I do this? What was it Tsubasa said before? The killer could have fled outside after stabbing Shoma. To be honest, I didn't think they did. I had no concrete proof, but everything that had happened so far felt like part of a larger scheme that someone was orchestrating. We know that the first one was Hiruko, and we know that this one was Takumi. But we don't know who did Gaku. Or this. Or this. Or this. I want... It's weird that Shoma doesn't know who attacked him. He was clearly stabbed on the front. At the very least, I was convinced that the culprit wasn't gonna stop at Shoma's stabbing. In that case, excluding myself, the killer must be one of the 12 students in this academy. Excluding yourself, huh? No, wait. Shoma was a victim. If Hiruko, Tsubasa, Takemaru, and Eva are also innocent, that leaves just 7 suspects. Darumi, Nozomi, Kyoshika, Yugamu, Moko, Ima, and Kurara. Huh. It's Darumi and everybody from the other campus. I'd never willingly choose to treat any of my friends as suspects, but as it turns out, I don't have that choice right now. Yeah. I won't gain everyone's trust until I can identify the real culprit. And if I don't have their trust, then the SDU would fall apart and everyone would be annihilated by the invaders. The only way to prevent this from happening is to reveal the identity of the killer. You must solve this future case yourself, Takumi. That's what the boy in the Undying Flame said. He must have known something like this could happen. At any rate, this was the only way of resolving all this that I could think of. I have to find the culprit no matter what. I clenched my fist and resolved to devote myself to the investigation. Alright, we're collecting information. Let's see if we can talk to Ima. I rang the doorbell. No answer. I tried the doorknob, but it was locked. Ima, I know you're inside. Can we talk?
Hey!
I'm trying to track down the culprit, but I need something to go on. At that, a voice called out from the other side of the door. You're awake, Mr. Sumino. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can tell you. Come on, there's gotta be something. You see, I'm suspicious of you too. I think you may have been the one who killed my dear sister. What are you talking about? I didn't kill her, and in the first place, Kako, she killed herself? That's what you're trying to say? A preposterous suggestion. There was absolutely no reason for my dear sister to do such a thing. She had no worries, no sorrows. Even if she did develop any, she would have told me about them. My dear sister did not kill herself. I have no doubt that she was murdered. Like I told you just now, I suspected the killer might have been you, Mr. Sumino. The only reason I haven't exacted vengeance yet is because I'm not completely sure it was you. Accidentally killing the wrong person will be playing right into the hands of the real culprit. But I might lose my sense of reason if we continue to speak much longer. Can you please leave now, while I'm still in my right mind? I could sense that prolonging this conversation would lead nowhere. Ima refused to respond to any further attempts to talk. Yeah, I can't say I blame him. Considering how much he likes his sister. Hi, Kyoshika. Oh, you're still in the cafeteria. Don't talk to us now! We are in the midst of a very serious discussion. Nozomi just refuses to listen to reason. What's the discussion about? I still don't believe the culprit is one of us. I'm trying to tell everyone to stop being so suspicious of each other. You saw the device total number. You saw the device's total for the number of life forms in the school. Yes, but that doesn't prove the crimes were inside jobs. The culprit must have fled outside the wall of fire after stabbing Shoma. And we're trying to tell you that's not possible. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a killer who would. Doesn't seem like a killer who would stop at 1 or 2 victims. They clearly said they wanted to kill everyone, both from the tape recording and the first message. But I just can't. Takumi, say something. Well, I stammered hard because I was more in line with Kurata's way of thinking than Nozomi's. I did feel bad for Nozomi, so I decided to simply avoid committing for now. Sorry, I just remember I had something I need to do. I gotta go, bye! Wait, Takumi, come back here, please! Damn, Takumi, you suck! I ignored Nozomi's plea and quickly bolted out of the room, into the hallway. I guess I'll talk to Eva last. Alright, what are you doing here alone, Yugamu? Medicine. One of mankind's most eminent inventions for sustaining life. And dealing death. How can I help you today, Takumi? I told Yugamu that I was investigating the case. Does that include Kako's death too? Yes, the suspicious circumstances of her death bother me as well. My main objective was to solve the attempted murder of Shoma, but that didn't mean it was my only concern. Any information that might help Kako's case would be more than welcome. There were other cases to think about as well, like serious destruction and Gaku's murder. But I hadn't found any further clues to those cases, despite my thorough investigation on day 24. So I decided to focus on Shoma's case first, while the trail was still fresh. Fresh, 11 days later, he said. Is there something bothering you about Kako's case? Yes, there is. Remember her cause of death? She ingested tetrodotoxin, an extremely potent poison. When we found her, she was holding a bottle labeled TTX tightly in her right hand. That bottle was originally from the biolab. So the poison was taken from here? That would appear to be the case. Whether by Kako, who then killed herself with it, or by someone else who used it to kill Kako. Is this room open to everyone? Sure is. There's no lock on the door, and the cabinets are unsecured too. Anyone could have taken anything at any time. Somebody who stole some gamma fuel. Somebody also stole some gamma fuel, plus syringes and needles to administer it. Gamma fuel, the substance you used to knock out Ima on day 27. The very same. But if it's still here, it hasn't been stolen, right? There's multiple bottles here. Several are missing. It didn't happen recently either. I first noticed the missing bottles on day 27. When I came here to get supplies we needed to help Ima, I thought that there were already some missing. Why would the killer do that? We don't know for sure if the killer was the one who stole them. The thing is, at the proper dilution, This substance can numb the body's pain and emotional receptors without causing loss of consciousness. Perhaps this is what the thief wanted to use it for. It can numb the body's pain and emotional receptors without causing loss of consciousness. So it would be like an anesthesia that you wouldn't feel pain for a bit. Is he implying that maybe Shoma killed Kako and then stabbed himself? That seems a little far-fetched. Hiruko, you were here the other day too. What's so interesting about this place?
Oh.
I wanted to investigate Kako's body again. What about you? I'm here to investigate the case as well.
Oh.
As if your clumsy brain could ever bring us closer to the truth. Oh, be quiet. Hiruko decided to repeat herself in a hushed voice. As if your clumsy brain.
Hey!
Hey, you know that's not what I meant. She's suspicious about your brain. Anyway, have you already looked at Kako's body?
Oh.
Yes, the other two as well. Eito and Gaku too, but didn't we already check Gaku's body on day 24? Yes, but something happened to make me realize that I need to check it again. I discovered two surprising factors after reinvestigating Kako's body. Surprising factors. The first concerns her cryptoglobin. Her body had been almost completely drained of it. What? There's a cut on her ankle. Her body was likely moved somewhere and hung up for an extended period of time. It was returned here after being almost completely drained of her cryptoglobin. When? I'll get to that later. Let me tell you about my other discovery first. Hiruko walked to Kako's body and removed the sheet that was covering it. And then she flipped the body over and... what I saw flabbergasted me. What the hell? Wait, is that a hole? You return. What you missed? You were here when Shoma died, right? We managed to save him, but then we found that Kako was dead. But she was poisoned. It looked like, and she was locked in the gym with something latching the door from the inside. So people think it might be a suicide, but Ima obviously is not very sure about that. And then guess what happened? We all reunited. We kinda got our alibis. Yes, Kako is dead, poisoned. Apparently suicide. Good news. We put her in the revival medic, and good news, we managed to revive Shoma, but not Kako, because Kako had been dead since between 1 and 4 a.m. So she's been dead for a while. And then what happened was we decided to hold off suspecting each other until Tsubasa made the life detection device, and then Takumi fainted for 11 days. So yeah, that happened. And when he woke up, and I was wrong, he did faint in this route twice, when he got stabbed in the back, and I forgot what the second time was. When he woke up, Nozomi mentioned that they scanned his brain, and they think that he has a fainting disease caused by some kind of brain damage. There's something wrong in Takumi's brain, and as an after effect, if he gets into a situation that's too high stress, he faints and he stays unconscious for a very long time. I don't know. I don't think it was Gitakumi. I think the fainting might be a side effect. I think that we don't know if that was solved yet, because we know Takumi hadn't killed Shoma. It's definitely not him, right? Because Shoma, we heard Shoma scream, right? We were in the rooftop with Hiruko, Takemaru, and who else? Tsubasa, yeah. So I don't know if you, but just now, Hiruko was reinvestigating Kako's body, and Takumi is trying to figure it out. Still trying to figure out the truth. And then she says, and then when he says that he's trying to investigate the case, she goes about his clumsy brain, and then she stops. Your clumsy brain. So I think Hiruko is starting to put the 2 and 2 together. Anyway, the things that Hiruko just learned from investigating Kako's body is that one, as at some point somebody moved her body, strung it up, and drained all of her cryptoglobin through a cut in her ankle. So she wasn't cut before, there was no external injuries, but in the time she was in the morgue, somebody sucked up her cryptoglobin. And now we're seeing the other thing that Hiruko found out. There is somebody stole Kako's heart. What? Somebody cut a hole in her back, smashed her ribs, and dug her heart out. God damn, don't tell Ima that. He's already... Oh yeah, Ima has been locked in his room ever since. And Shoma, he regained consciousness in the time that we were out. I haven't talked to him yet. Why would anybody do that? So yeah, apparently at some point somebody drained Kako's blood and cut her and stole her heart from her dead body. Okay, before we talk about that, let's check the other bodies as well. I did as I was told and flipped Eito and Gaku's bodies over, only to see the exact same marks on them. A large empty cavity on their backs. What the hell? Somebody's collecting hearts. Wait a minute. What is going on here? I don't know either. Maybe because the heart, I get the cryptoglobin, but why her heart? I don't know. Maybe her heart because it pumps blood? What indeed? Why are you so calm about this? Their hearts have been removed from their bodies. I know. That's what I've been trying to tell you. When did this? Then why did this happen? Why we investigated Gaku's when we investigated Gaku's body on day 24, his back was still intact. It still was on day 27 too. I checked Eito and Gaku's bodies when we moved Kako's body here. Nobody had holes in their backs at that point. That means it must have happened sometime after the night of the day 27. The perpetrator likely did all of this, likely did the deed to all three at the same time. That may have been when they extracted Kako's cryptoglobin as well. Who? Simple logic dictates that the culprit behind this series of events did it. But why? How should I know what the culprit thinks, what the culprit is up to? Perhaps they are simply a lunatic who collects hearts as a hobby, or a gourmet who enjoys a spot of grilled mitocardium with lemon on top. Both examples are crazy. There's just one thing I can't seem to figure it out. Why were the hearts extracted from the back? Making an opening on the chest would make removing them so much easier. Why go about it this way? Neither of us could come up with anything feasible, so we decided to investigate the bodies again. But there was not a single further clue to be found. Okay, that was interesting. Oh yeah, also right now, the people that are excluded of suspicion are Eva and everybody who was on the roof, right? So the suspects are basically Yugamu, Darumi, Shoma too, because he was a victim, so we know Shoma wasn't the one. So yeah, it's Yugamu, Darumi, and the rest of the second campus crew. Let me talk to these two, because we haven't had a chance to talk to Shoma yet, ever since he woke up. Although they said that they talked to him and he said he didn't know. What are you guys doing here? If it isn't serial killer Takumi! You're awake! I'm not a serial killer, stop calling me that. Anyway, I'm investigating the identity of the culprit right now. Do you mind if I ask a few questions? Wow, can you be any more shameless? The criminal role-playing as a detective now? I'm not talking to you, I'm asking Shoma. Oh, you wanna know about the person who stabbed me? I've told the others a bunch of times already. I didn't get a good look at them. Wait, I thought you were sure Takumi did it. Yes, but it's not like I have any proof, so... Does that mean you didn't see the culprit when you were stabbed? No, I did see someone, but they were wearing a mask. How about the person's height or body structure? I can't be sure. They were dressed in a long black poncho thing. You must have seen some identifiable features. I was attacked the moment I turned around, so I'm afraid not. I screamed immediately before I realized it. I'd been shoved into the ground. I don't remember anything after that. I fainted after the first 2 or 3 stabs. So you don't even know if he was a man or a woman? No. What? Did they say anything? Actually, I did hear something while I was being stabbed. The person kept saying, "Die, die!" Then you should have been able to recognize the voice. The thing is, I didn't. Why not? Their voices had been changed with a voice changer. A voice changer? Huh. Okay. Somebody in a poncho. And a voice changer. And a mask. Hey Eva, how are you doing? Takumi! Long time no see, I heard you were out cold for a while. I woke up all of a sudden for some reason. I'm glad you did. Is there something I can help you with today? Oh yeah, there was one thing as well. We thought, after Eva told us that she has an explosive inside of her, we asked Tsubasa if she can make a remote control for that explosive so we can have Eva join our team. As a safety measure. Yes, Eva is alive and I think she's gonna join us. Do you remember what you told me before? It was bothering me that much. I had to choose between lying to you and eventually killing everyone here, or telling you the truth and joining your side. And then you said you decided to take your chances with us, right? Yes, I will no longer try to self-destruct in everyone's presence, for the reasons I've previously explained. Then, will you fight with us instead? What? Vashnes, the one who betrayed you, is still alive, right? By joining us in battle, you can personally take revenge against her and her underlings. Is that why Tsubasa asked me to conduct a thorough investigation on my body the other day? So that if I ever tried anything, your team would be able to detonate the bomb inside my body remotely. Using the device she made. Yes, but I just want to make one thing clear. I didn't ask for the device because I'm suspicious of you. It's just something that's needed to put the others at ease. Eva thought for a while about what I said. Alright. You saved my life, so if there's anything I can do to help you, I'll do it. Thank you. Unfortunately, you still have to wait a little while before I can let you out of here. I need to clear it up with the others first. Understood. I will wait. Yay! At least this is the best thing in this arc. We get to see the real. We get to get the real Eva on our team instead of the low-bottomized Eva. I went to the gym last, and then when I stepped inside, I saw Tsubasa and Takemaru were already there. Tsubasa, Takemaru, perfect timing. I need to ask you guys about something. What is it? Remember the voice changer you showed me in the garage the other day? Is it still there? Shoma told you about the culprit using a voice changer, huh? Yeah, he did. Why do I feel like he will perish last minute and we will have to keep Peito alive? Don't jinx it! You guessed right, Takumi, the device gone missing. I knew it. The culprit stole it, huh? I think so. When did you realize it was gone? On day 28, the day after Shoma regained consciousness. I went to the garage to check after hearing his story and... The voice changer was already gone. Yeah, without anyone realizing. Y'all need to put some cameras. She showed us the voice changer in the afternoon of day 24. So it must have been stolen between that time and the morning of day 27, before Shoma got stabbed. What were you two doing here though? I did a lot of thinking myself while you were out, and I just don't believe Kako would kill herself. Yeah, the killer can fake their voices to lure people. Okay. Me too. At first, suicide seems like the only possibility based on the situation. After listening to Hiruko, though, I started to realize how unnatural the whole thing seemed. But if she was killed, how did the culprit get away? That's what we need to figure out. And so here we are. Yeah, the killer can fake their voices to lure people. That is a possibility. Maybe there's a secret tunnel or something. Something that we completely miss, you know? Well, we're all here to do the same thing then. You mean? Yes, Kako died under such mysterious circumstances that I can't stop thinking about it. Let's check the place out together. Yeah, and we can trust each other since all three of us are safers. Safers? Those of us that can safely be removed from the list of suspects. Safers. That's true. And thus we began to investigate the gem. We went around knocking on the walls and floors to check for hidden doors. Some time passed before Takemaru shouted at us from the stage. Hey, come over here! I found something crazy! He was standing at the corner of the stage. Tsubasa and I hurried over. Ah, what in the world? No way, there really was a hidden tunnel. Or should I say, a hidden ladder. I checked this place before, but I found nothing. What did you do? I told you I've got a dog's hearing. I knocked on the floor and I knew right away there was an empty space underneath. And then I groped around the surface and what do you know, a rotatable handle came flipping out. I grabbed the handle, pulled it, and there you have it. Let's go see what's down there. Yeah. This is probably where our culprit is hiding. We slowly made our way down the long ladder. Eventually I felt my toes touching solid ground. And what I saw there was... What the hell? Wait, that's the escape pod! Ah, is this... You know this thing? Yeah, I remember what I told you before. This is the escape pod that deploys on the last day. Huh? No way! Damn. Does that mean if we can get inside, we can go to the artificial satellite? We ran to the entrance of the pod and checked the door. There was a note pinned on it. The killer? I guess we know now about the escape pod. This door is the door to this pod will automatically open on day 100. No manual override available. Wait. What? I am waiting. Damn. Despite the note, we kept looking around for a way to open it manually. However, we were unable to find anything. Nope, this thing can't be opened from the outside. How about we use a crowbar to pry it open? Then the pod becomes useless because outer space is a vacuum. So we have no choice but to wait until day 100. We'll have to give up on the idea of boarding the pod before then. Damn. By the way, have you guys forgotten why we came down here in the first place? Of course not, we're trying to solve the locked room case, aren't we? Yeah, we can only use the pod on day 100. Yeah, Hiruko and I thoroughly investigated the gem after discovering Kako's body. But if the killer had been hiding in the storeroom, or the ladder shaft at that time, you couldn't possibly have found them. Then after you and Hiruko left the gym, the killer got out and walked through the exit like nothing ever happened. Which means Kako really was killed. We don't have concrete proof of that yet. However, this does disprove the previous notion that it couldn't possibly have been a murder. Wait. Assuming for a moment that she was murdered, wouldn't that also prove that the killer was an outsider? Because when we found Kako's body, Takemaru, Shoma and I were in the infirmary, whereas everyone else was in the gym. No, not everyone else. Two were missing. That's right, Darumi and Ima. Ima couldn't possibly have been the killer. He worshipped the ground she walked on. I was thinking there was a scenario where they could escape earlier. Yeah, they thought of everything. But they thought of everything, yeah. So yeah. Darumi though, she said she was playing slots or something. She could have been lying through her teeth. But it wasn't But it's always possible that that an outsider did it.
Huh?
You made a life detection device yourself, unless you're telling me you made the numbers up. I did no such thing. That was the correct number, but the killer could have gotten away by the time I finished making the device, right? Yeah, I still remember, because even in the other routes, the serial killer route, the number kept showing like one person more than the number of people alive. Oh yeah, no, it was the invader, that's right. Never mind, it was the tiny invader that was hiding and stealing food. Never mind. But there's still like that one other person that we don't know who he was. The visitor. Just then I noticed something out of the corner of my eye. An item on the ground next to the cockpit of the escape pod. It caught my eye for some reason. I walked over slowly to pick it up. Hey, that's E.T. Is that Ima Tsukumo? A handkerchief? What the? Oh, give me a second. My dad's calling me. Just my parents calling from the beach at the most inopportune time possible. Anyway, you got a handkerchief? So it seems. I see something embroidered on it. It reads IT. Information technology? Or maybe IT, as in It Girl. It could be referring to the initials of a name. There's only one name. Ima. Tsukumo? Sounds like they're having fun? Yeah, probably. When we exited the gym, we saw it was already nighttime. I asked Takemaru and Tsubasa to gather the others before heading to Ima's room myself. Come out, Ima! I need to ask you about something. Somehow I felt like he could keep hiding if I told him about the handkerchief, so I decided not to say anything about for now. We found a clue that might lead us to Kako's killer. I made that assertion even though I had no solid proof that it had been the killer, because I wanted to get him out of the room. Yeah, no shot Ima would kill Kako. I also think it's very unlikely. A short while after, I heard the door being unlocked. No shot, I'ma kill Kako. And then Ima appeared from behind it. You believed me about my sister being murdered. Yes. Can you come with me? Slowly but surely, Ima nodded in assent. Takemaru, Tsubasa and I took everyone else to the storeroom where the escape pod had been kept. We told them about how we found the place and how the pod could only be used on day 100. After climbing back out, we headed to the cafeteria. So what was the clue you found? Before that, I need to check something with Darumi. On day 27, when we found Kako's body, were you really playing slots at that time? Huh? You're still suspicious of me? Then check the machine play log. Then you know for sure that I was playing around that time. How could I have possibly stabbed Shoma if I'd been hiding in that storeroom the whole time? The only way out of that place is through the tunnel, right? I wouldn't have been able to get out of the gym until the coast was clear. Mayhap you clamber out the escape pod elevator shaft. No, mayhaps you clamber out the escape pod elevator shaft? I'm no Spider Woman and that shaft has no footholds. It's impossible to climb. The ceiling on the shaft is covered by a thick wall. It's not something that can be opened by human hands. How about you? How about this? You were the one to kill Kako, but not the one to stab Shoma. You're suggesting there were two culprits? Indeed I am. And does the number 2 ring any bells in regard of this situation? When we found Shoma's body, there were 2 people missing from the scene. You're suspicious of me as well? Ima's face twisted into a grimace. I hesitated for a moment when I saw his expression, but I decided to show everyone the handkerchief we found. This is the clue I was talking about. We found it in the escape pod storeroom. The letters IT have been embroidered on it. Are these initials?
Huh?
Wouldn't they refer to Ima Tsukumo? I thought so. This is your handkerchief, right, Ima? And the fact that it was on the storeroom means... Sir Ima killed Lady Kako! Are you out of your mind? Me, kill my very own dear sister. I didn't think it was possible either. Unless Ima was the one to stab Shoma and Darumi was the one to kill Kako. Ima dropped the handkerchief in the storeroom when he was chasing the joint. Wait, when he was what? Sorry. When he was casing the joint. I told you it wasn't me! Oh, shoot. I made a mistake. You think Mizame and I are accomplices? And that I tactically approve of my dear sister's murder? That's no different from accusing me of killing my dear sister myself! You're all crazy. I can't believe that thought ever crossed your minds. So you deny the charge? Of course I do! Then explain yourself. Why was your handkerchief in the storeroom? That's because... You see? You're feeling guilty. No, no. No, 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 no! Ah! Oh boy. Ima dashed out of the cafeteria screaming. Wait, Ima! We all dashed after him. Oh boy. Ima grabbed the fire extinguisher in the entrance hall before running outside. We followed him as he ran out the building. He wanted to escape with Kako, did he? That's probably why. He was running at full speed through the schoolyard and none of us could catch up. Finally, he tore through the wall of fire and ran to the other side. We followed behind. I don't think any of us have our infusers on us! When we got to the city ruins, something unexpected happened. All of a sudden, a large object shaped like an onion appeared out of nowhere and captured Ima. Oh boy. Ima! Okay, we do have our infusers. Okay, he got eaten by the commander again. The small commander. The onion object then flew up in the air and Ima and vanished out of sight. Ah, great. What just happened? And what was that thing? It seemed that onion-shaped thing. I've seen that onion-shaped thing before in the previous timeline. That was probably a commander. Yeah, this guy. The small commander, as Darumi called him.
That's how it's true, lady slaughters her prey.
Yeah, as Darumi called it. Oh boy. That's probably why the handkerchief was there, yeah, because he wanted to escape with Kako. Okay, now we gotta get this thing. Are you serious? Ima's being captured by the enemy? No way! That can't be true. It's alright, we can probably figure out where they went. What? You know how Ima has been rather emotionally unstable lately, right? So much so that I thought he just might end up going missing one day, so... I secretly planted a transmitter on his body when bringing him food. We should be able to see where they took him from the war room. You're a clever girl, you. Okay, let's head back for now. Alright, Eva, time to earn your spot on the team. We traced the transmitter and quickly figured out exactly where Ima had been taken. It was the enemy relay station we had visited in the previous timeline. We immediately started making a plan to get Ima back. After some discussion, we decided to split into 2 teams. The rescue team, Mii, Hiruko, Takemaru, Tsubasa, and Kurara. The defense team, Nozomi, Moko, Kyoshika, Yugamu, Shoma, and Darumi. We must rescue him even though he may very well be the killer. It's not set in stone yet. What if it was all a mistake? Could you ever live with the fact that you abandoned an innocent friend? I knew you would say that. I was just making sure. Having only 5 people on the defense team is not very reassuring. Yeah, we can't add one more or something? No! What if the enemy attacks in the meantime? We can't afford to be lax on home security. In that case, Takumi! Yeah, it's time. Everyone follow me. Alright. It's time! Hello, Eva. Sir Takumi, Lady Eva is out and about now. Why have you done such a thing? Yes, as you can see, I let her out. But why? I intend to let her join the rescue team. Huh? I explained about the bomb in Eva's body and the remote detonator we made to trigger it. And you really think this will work? If you feel she's acting suspicious, you can press the button to blow her up yourself. Huh? I put the remote detonator into an astonished Hiruko's hand. How do you feel? Now do you feel reassured? Hiruko felt silent at my words. After a moment, she said, have it your way. Thank you for having me on the team. I look forward to being useful to you. Hey, Eva time! Alright then, we'll be right back. With Ima. Good luck. Stay safe. The rescue team set off to the enemy relay station where Ima was held captive. Yay, Eva time! Day 40. By the time we got close to the relay station, the sun was just starting to rise. We got off the bus and climbed into the small hill to survey the relay station. I mean, she probably will have her artificial armor. I bet.
We don't know where exactly Ima is being held in this base, but that doesn't matter. Let's just bust in there and start kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys already saw how that commander could fly.
Yep, that's why Kurata's here.
Has to be Quinzale.
Oh,
Quinzale? Is that his name?
Quinzale.
Yes, and he's an absolute creep. Feel free to make mincemeat out of him.
I like this Eva more than the other one.
Sounds like a headache already. How do we even get to him?
We'll be fine with my specialist skill on our side. I'll whip up some surface-to-air artillery and knock him down in one shot.
Whatever she does in battle, she's like no zombie.
Crafting it after he actually appears.
Why? Can't you just make it now?
No, it's big.
This particular weapon can only hold its shape for 5 minutes. After that, its internal pressure will cause it to explode.
What happens if she dies in battle? She's like no zombie, basically. So if she dies in battle, she just retreats. Because she can't be revived either.
Got it. Guess there's no helping it then.
Okay, guys, let's do this. Special defense unit, move out.
Yeah. Yeah, if Eva says he's killable, then let's do it. Yeah. We got the Eva approval. Nice. I guess we're not. Are we gonna explain how Eva got her artificial armor in this timeline? Because Siri made it for her in the lobotomy timeline. Eva doesn't have a little like painting on her face in this version, in this outfit. I guess not. Annihilate all enemies in one turn? No, I don't want to skip that battle. I haven't had Eva in the team since forever. Alright, Eva. Start taking names.
Take this! This is what you deserve!
Good stuff.
I'm fully prepared.
There we go.
Die!
Yeah.
Understood.
Let me see.
Leave this to me.
Agility potion.
Allow me to use this. I'm ready to go.
It's like that we're not even gonna explain how Eva works, like how he got her artificial
Take
class
this.
armor. But that's fine.
You're finished.
Kaboom! Alright,
I'm fully prepared.
there you go.
Here goes.
Hey, Eva solo!
Understood. Take this.
Nice. Hell yeah! Enemy approaching.
Good to go.
Alright, Takumi.
Ready when
Let's
you
put a spring trap right here. Oh yeah, she should be able to explain the voices. That's correct as well. That is true. Maybe we'll finally learn what the hell those crying
I've got
voices
this.
were. Yeah, this is the best that I can do. Take 3 guys out. Actually, before I do that, since
Here
I'm
we go.
here, stab this,
Got it. Let's do this.
cut these.
Let's go.
Now you can go. There we go. All the big ones on the back here get taken care of.
One last strike.
So yeah, let's hope Eva still stays alive for the long haul now, since we don't have Gaku or Kako.
Kneel before me!
Now,
I'm fully prepared.
Now then, to business.
Understood.
like this.
Here goes.
Spin.
This is what you deserve. Leave this to me.
Rev it up!
Takemaru, clean the way for her, would ya? Thank you.
I'm ready to go.
There we go.
Be gone. Understood.
There we go.
You're finished.
Now,
Forever.
yeah, I guess this is the biggest, the most I can get.
They're gonna hear this engine roar.
Yay! Bada bam.
You can take it from here.
Good job.
I'm ready to go.
Wait, no.
Be gone.
Goodie?
Understood.
All right, let's get started.
Guess I'll go here.
Out of my way.
Oh yeah, she
Let's
can't.
do this!
I'm fully prepared. Leave this to me. Understood.
I'll take an
I'll use
agility
this.
potion again.
I'm fully prepared.
Samsaran's sword right here.
Die!
There you go.
Hauling ass!
And Takemaru can take this guy off. Perfect. Nice.
Now, do you understand that I would never betray you?
Yes,
I shall
Eva.
reserve judgment until this entire battle is over.
Where's
I'll
the
trust you
command-
with my life.
That Quenzile guy?
He
All right,
should be
Quenzile
here
shows
any
up.
time now. Aha. Speak of the devil.
Eva really didn't like these guys, huh?
I am the paragon of repulsion, Quenzile. Be sure to make it agonizingly painful.
Ew, he's pooping!
Go ahead, scramble for your ugly lives. You won't escape from me.
Kill him! He is pooping on us!
He's finally here, like moths to a flame.
Everybody, cover Kurata while she crafts the artillery.
Yay!
Understood.
Shoot him down!
Got it.
Yeah. Let's do this. Oh boy, there's a lot of people. Alright, so let's
Say when.
Understood.
like this. Let's see something. The one spot that I can go to get both is right here. Ah, okay. Yeah, I think I'm in the right spot.
This
Got
I'm
them.
fully prepared.
Go, Eva, mow them down.
Understood. Here goes.
You're
Nice.
finished.
I'm fully prepared.
Let me clear the
Here we
space
go.
for her so she can move.
Let's freaking go!
I'm
Wait a
ready to go.
second. Oh no, she can't move. This is the only spot that she can be.
I've got this.
In that case,
Full throttle!
actually no.
I'm fully prepared. I'm ready to go.
Attack
Allow
potion.
me to use this.
Now I understand why.
I'm
I
fully
understand why
prepared.
what.
Be gone.
There we go.
This is what you deserve.
Rev it up!
Takemaru, open the space for her. Hell yeah.
Understood. You're in the way.
Take him out.
You're finished.
I'm taking the wheel.
Tsubasa. Accelerate them both. Oh, Eva hates the commander.
Very much.
Yep.
Leave this to me.
Okay, let's go right here.
Take
Ah,
this.
yes, he's pooping. Yes.
This is what you deserve.
I'm ready to go.
All right, Eva. Let's. Yeah. This. You know what? This is fine. Actually, let me get Takumi up in here.
Say when.
Nope.
Let's do this.
How far does this go? Yeah, no, he can't reach the guy in the back there.
I'm fully prepared. Leave this to me.
Back to the underworld. You know what, Eva? I think you can do it. Cash in your chips now.
I'll kill them all at once.
Yay! End him!
The rest is up to you.
We got this.
Hauling ass!
Yep, Takemaru gets this guy. And I can send Takumi to
Let's
get
go.
that guy. Like this,
My turn.
and like this.
Yeah. Got it. Good
Perfect.
to go.
And there's only one tiny guy after this. Do I want to act again? I gotta wait for 3 turns, right? Yeah, 3 turns, so I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's end the turn. I don't think it's worth using voltage to, or maybe it is.
Locked and loaded.
Oh, who knows? Maybe it was. Ratata.
It's
Nice.
Told you it wouldn't take long.
Nice. Maybe I should have used it. Alright, shoot him down. Hehe.
That's how a true lady slaughters her prey.
Good job, Tomato Head. Uh-oh. Bring it on, Onion. Who knows, now that we have Eva with us, she might take us straight to where they're keeping Ima. Paragon of Repulsion. Quinzele. Oh boy, he has friends. Hey, actually I'm glad I saved it, because now...
I've got this.
Yeah, Takumi, you sure do. Get all of them.
One last strike.
Boom. Nice.
Take care of the rest.
I'm ready to go.
Go, Eva.
Here goes. Understood. Take this.
Yep, good job. Now,
My turn. Die.
there.
Time for battle.
And there.
I'll chop you to pieces. Broken, so ready whenever.
Keep slaughtering these guys.
My turn.
No, not good enough.
I'm ready to go.
Let's give it to him.
I think... Let's see how they're organized. I think I'll move Takemaru up
Hauling
there.
ass.
Let's give you a spring trap all the way over here.
Let's freaking go.
Aha! That's... There we go. Now that's a good spot.
Eat my dust.
Get him! Good job.
That's what you get.
Time to move.
Alright, Hiroko, you can now... Actually, you know what? One last... Before we do that,
Take this.
take care of this guy.
My turn. Out of my way.
Oh, I didn't even realize that this guy was on the side here.
To business. How's this?
Splash!
My turn. Out of my way.
And splash!
How unsa- Now then, to business. All right, let's get started.
He has 47.
How's this?
Let me get Eva here. So he can start gaining more voltage for us. Actually...
I'm taking the wheel.
Yeah, I'll just use Tsubasa for that.
Let's roll. I'm good whenever.
And here as well.
Don't try to stop me.
Now here's what we do.
My turn.
I'm gonna use this 2 more times.
Now then, to business. Take
And
this.
now... Nope. I am gonna take a desperation potion with Tsubasa.
Just a quick drop. Ugh.
And
Keep on like this.
we are gonna use her last resort.
This is the only way.
Go, Tsubasa! Your sacrifice will not be in vain.
Retreat. Retreat.
No, we got more sacrifices to make, right, Eva?
I'm ready to go. Understood.
Actually, not a sacrifice because, you know, she's alive. She's fine. She's not gonna die.
I'll kill them all at once.
Yay!
I've used up all my strength.
And now, just to finish it off, Hiroko!
My turn. Show me your insides.
Yeah, in this guy's case, you can go inside and you can even swim in there. Look how big he is. We did it! Hell yeah.
All fixed up.
Well done, Tsubasa.
The pain. It hurts.
Oh?
Why do this? What has prompted this cruelty?
Serves you right, Quenzele.
Oh?
You're... Ava!
Oh?
I noticed you were here a while back, but... Does this mean you've switched allegiances?
Sure did.
Yes. It's not as if I had any future in the Sovereign Army anyway.
Ooh. Drama. Suddenly, Quenzele broke off and started something behind
Overlord
us.
Vashnis!
What?
What?
Oh, crap. We all turned around at the same time, but... Ah, he pulled the oldest trick in the book!
No one's there.
Your sacrifice will not be in vain. Make more sacrifices. We turned back around, but it was too late. He ran! During our precious few seconds, the defeated commander had disappeared completely.
He got away?
Freaking coward.
God damn.
I guess you could say that Quenzele has been... Quenzled.
Anything to say about that one remake? Did you get it? One more time for the people in the back.
I guess you could say that Quenzele has been... Quenzled.
Great work, Eva. You're now officially a member of the team. Excellent pun. What's everybody's reaction? But damn it, we fell for the oldest trick in the book. After the battle, we split up to look for Ima. It took a while, but we eventually found him locked up in a cage.
Ima, are you alright? Hold on. I'll get you out now.
Maybe lobotomy ain't so bad. Nah, he's better this way. He's perfect.
Mr. Samino!
Hey, we saved Ima before he got turned into a worm. I swung my sword down the lock and broke it apart with a loud noise. I opened the door and quickly guided him outside, but then I saw something flashing out of the corner of my eye, right next to the cage.
A bomb?
Oh, Snapple! The next moment... Oh boy. At least we rescued Ima. Oh shoot! I instinctively grabbed Ima from behind. Ooh, so at least he's gonna trust us now. The snap action meant my body shielded Ima from the brunt of the blast. A scalding pain ripped through my back. I choked down a cry of pain and asked,
Ima,
damn.
are you okay?
Oh crap. Oh shoot.
Yes. But what about you?
Ah, it's but a flesh wound.
Don't worry about me. As long as you're fine.
It's but a flesh wound.
Huh? Mr. Samino?
Well, at least we got
Mr.
Ima's trust.
Samino! Mr. Samino!
Oh no. He'll be fine. He got that plot armor for being the protagonist. Even though he did die in one route and we had to finish it as Nozomi.
Burn out of troops!
Hi Sirei, you're still not around. Oh, here we go. This is the fourth time that this happens. This time she wasn't shocked at all. Instead, she looked at me with a gentle softness in her eyes.
Morning. You're awake now?
Yay! I didn't have to ask about the date since it was mentioned on the announcement just now.
It's day 50 today.
Yay.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry about the feeding drips. We went to the second academy and brought a whole lot back.
Oh. Thanks as always.
You should thank the others too. They were the ones who actually got the drips, and I wasn't the only person taking care of you while you were out.
Yeah, because the other time he passed out, Nozomi mentioned that they were running out of feeding drips. Sat up in bed, for some strange reason I wasn't feeling aches or pains. Did I die when we got here and then they put me in the pod? You seem fine physically, but the truth is your external injuries weren't as bad as they seemed. Which means the real reason I was out for such a long time was because of my fainting disease. Wait, how long did I thought it wasn't that... What? Oh. I don't know why I thought it was day 49. I was out for 10 days? God damn. It's getting longer. Actually, no. The last time was 11 days. Okay. I think so. Has anything changed? If you mean the murder cases, we haven't made any progress. Ima and Darumi are still denying that they were working together. Tsubasa and I don't believe they did anything either, but the others... Oh, something else has changed though. Ima is being taking part in the defensive battles. What? We got his trust now. You shielded him back at the enemy relay station, remember? He said he's joining the fight for you. I see. That said, he's still as reticent as ever, and hardly ever leaves his room otherwise. Who can blame him though? Other than Tsubasa and me, everybody's suspicious of him. But he did say that he was willing to tell you, and only you, everything. Really? Yep, so go find him later, okay? Later? Oh, were you expecting me not to act right now after you just told me? I jumped up and dashed outside immediately. Okay, we got excited Takumi on this route. Mr. Sumino! First of all, thank you for saving me that day. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you. Don't mention it, really. What I really want to hear from you is some answers. Ima nodded firmly. Yeah. I was going to tell you everything after you woke up anyway. Not only because I owe you a debt of gratitude, but also because I am now sure that you couldn't have been the killer. Smart Takumi arc, yep. Because the real killer would never risk his own life to save me like that. It is my deepest desire to find the person who killed my dear sister. And smash their face with a hammer over and over again until there's nothing left of it. Yet, I am but a detective's assistant. I do not deal well with deductions. So I have decided to entrust this earnest wish of mine to you. I have the utmost confidence that you have what it takes to bring the truth to light. I intend to do just that, as soon as I get some answers from you. Now, first of all, why didn't you kill Darumi? What? You think the killer is one of us, don't you?
Yeah!
Yes? Yeah! When Kako's body was found, you and Darumi were the only ones not in the gym. Unless you were the killer. But that can't be, right? Of course not! If so, from your perspective, the only other person who could have been hiding in the storeroom at that time... only one other person could have been hiding in the storeroom at that time. None other than Darumi, yet you didn't go smash her head with a hammer until there was nothing left. Why not? Mr. Sumino, I see what you're getting at, and you're right. It was because I knew it was possible for someone else to have been my dear sister's killer. Because there's a hidden exit in the storeroom, right? He nodded slowly in response to my question. Okay. Opposite the cockpit section in the escape pod lay a heap of metal containers. Damn it, why can't I speak? When we moved the heap away, we found a large ventilation shaft. Is this it? Yes. It's big enough for even Takemaru or Moko to pass through. You're quite right. Have you ever gone inside before? No, sir. I stuck my head into the shaft but couldn't see anything in the pitch black darkness. When did you realize there was a storeroom here? About day 10, I would say. My dear sister found the entrance first. She was the one who brought me here. After that, we would secretly visit this place together whenever we had some free time. It became something like a secret hiding spot of ours. Why didn't you tell anyone? I did not tell you before because I thought you were my dear sister's killer. I did not tell the others because, well, promise me you will not get angry. Yeah? Because my sister and I had intended to flee this place together in the escape pod. Yep, as is expected. That's not possible. The door can't be opened manually. We thought we could do something about that by tinkering with the control system in the war room. I sighed and continued the conversation. But you kept this place a secret, even after Kako was murdered. If you told us about it, we'd be able to accept your assertion that Kako hadn't killed herself. I promise, my dear sister, that no matter what happened, I will never tell anyone about this place. She had tears in her eyes when she made me promise. I want us to live together in the Tokyo residential complex again. Just the two of us. But we have to get out of this place first. We'll be killed one day if we stay here. Yeah, because of Gaku's death. I believe I may have dropped the handkerchief at that time. It was, well, when I was putting it back on my pocket after wiping my dear sister's tears away. This place was our sanctuary. We didn't want anyone else invading our space. Even after my dear sister lost her life, I felt like it would be desecrating her memory by allowing someone else in. That is why I told nobody. Large tears started rolling down Ima's cheeks as I wordlessly held his handkerchief back to him. Ima accepted the handkerchief and clenched it tightly with his hand. He squeezed his eyes shut, and for a long time after that his shoulders trembled non-stop. Yeah, I believe him. I believe him, yep. After Ima had calmed down, we climbed back up to the surface. Tsubasa was in the garage as usual when we stepped inside. Ima, you're an unusual sight around here. Even more unusual than me being awake. I mean, I already heard about you from Nozomi. She's been going around telling everyone the news, you know. Anyway, what's up? I just wanted you to know I just wanted to know if there's a recon drone anywhere around here, with lights and cameras if possible. Yeah, we'll get revenge on the killer for you, Ima. Yeah, but what do you need it for? Is this the good Ima arc? Might be. It's kinda hard to explain. Can you just come with us and bring the recon drone? Yes, we'll avenge her. We need it to solve the case. Tsubasa blinked a few times in quick succession at Ima's words. Alright, give me a sec. Oh, if there's a ventilation shaft here, that means... I see how it is now. Yeah, exactly. If Kako was killed, the presence of this shaft makes everybody in the academy a suspect. Including the Safers for Shoma's case. Including me. Yet you still brought me here. Does that mean you trust me? Kind of, sort of. You don't sound very sure. I'll take it though. Okay, let's start. Thanks. We use the drone to investigate the ventilation shaft. As a result, we were able to make a few major discoveries. Right. In summary, this is what we learned. First of all, the shaft bends in a zigzag shape a few times and extends towards the school building. It splits into a grind structure halfway and connects to different parts of the building. Okay, so people can just vent like it's Among Us. Anyone using this can basically exit from anywhere they like. However, the bends are extremely narrow and people our size can possibly pass through them. Only someone with a body the size of a small child could have gone through the bends. I'm more concerned about what we found halfway. Okay, so it's not like anyone can just squeeze through. It has to be a very small person. Yeah, me too. This thing, right? This is this thing that got caught on the protrusions in the interior wall. Thankfully, we were able to retrieve it because I had the foresight to attach a robotic arm to the drone. It is a piece of cloth, right? A square green piece of cloth, about an inch long. By the way, if it turns out to be the gi me, I'm getting the car. I'm getting the Cars treatment. No, not the Cars treatment. I don't want to eventually stop thinking. I looked at Ima and then Tsubasa, then looked back at the. They looked back at me with wide, questioning eyes. It was apparent that they hadn't yet realized the grave implication behind this. Yeah, because the thing is, it has to be a small person, and the cloth is green. This implies that it might be Shoma, but I don't think it's Shoma. Maybe a certain incident had blinded them to the existence of this possibility. Putting the piece of cloth in my pocket, I looked at them both in the eye and said, "Tell everyone to gather at the gym at 7 p.m. tonight." Huh? This is quite sudden. Please, just do it. They turn around to look at each other. I don't mind. What will you be doing until then? Well, you'll see. I had enough proof to make my case, but I wanted just one more piece of key evidence. Oh, I went to the back of the school, the place where Shoma had been stabbed. I spent a few hours thoroughly investigating every nook and cranny. Wait, no way, is Shoma the killer this time? Before long, the sun set and my shadows started growing longer. You and the Gi will be in the void space. No, I don't want to be in the void of space. Okay, it was at that time I found something, a faint trace of blood on the corner of a rock. It was maybe 30 feet away from where Shoma had been stabbed. I didn't think blood from his injuries would have sprayed that far, which meant... Oh? Takumi is cooking in this arc. Like, he's actually being smart for once in his life. In his many lives. I entered the gym at 7 p.m. sharp to find everybody already gathered there. Eva, you're here too. Yes, I have received an official release. I have been given Eito's room and do not have to sleep in the cage anymore. All credit goes to Takumi and Tsubasa. The remote detonator you suggested has allowed everyone to accept my presence with the greatest peace of mind. I duplicated the device and gave a copy to everyone. I'll pass yours later, Takumi. I don't know if I like the idea of everyone having a copy of Eva's detonator. Do we need that? Time travel made him wise this time, yeah. I don't know, Tsubasa. Aren't you suspecting someone? I don't like the idea of everybody having a copy to Eva's detonator. Nah, I don't need one. That aside, what are we all here for? Wait. You think he might actually be Shoma? Mm-hmm. Well, you see. Yeah, it's odd because the only one who wears green here is him. I turned my gaze upward and then I slowly lowered my head because he's the only one who's small and wears green.
I figured out who killed Kako and stabbed Shoma.
Oh. He even voiced it. Oh boy, is it it is what we think it is? Hear me out as a theory, okay? You have until he says it. Oh, never mind. Never mind, okay. Mr. Sumino, wait a minute, please! You just said with absolute certainty that my dear sister was indeed killed? Yes, the situation points to that fact. Who did it? Ima, I need you to promise me something first. Promise you won't lay a finger on the killer when you realize who they are. I won't tell you the truth unless you promise me that. I saw him gritting his teeth with a scowl on his face. Still, he nodded firmly and said, Fine. I promise that I won't lay a finger on that accursed scum.
Good. right. Much as I wish I didn't have to do this. Here goes.
Alright, who is it?
The person who killed Kako.
I don't think it's a choose your fate. Is...
And stabbed Shoma.
Okay.
It
It was...
the name of that person is...
God damn it, Takumi. 13. Okay. 13 people, the poison. Are you gonna make me choose? Are you gonna give me options? Oh no. The vent. The green cough. No, yeah, it is because... Oh, that's right. Yeah, it has to be Shoma because Yugamu said too another thing. He said that when he got the sedative to to stop Ima from flailing around, he said that he noticed some of it was missing, and in the right dose, that thing can numb pain while you're still awake. So in theory, Shoma could have stabbed himself and then went somewhere and then screamed. The person who killed Kako and stabbed Shoma is... Oh boy, I think it is Shoma. But why would he do that? Oh crap, I got a pick! I can say it was me? Oh damn. Is Shoma the one behind this? Damn it! This really is Danganronpa now. Okay, yeah, I think it's Shoma. You know why? Because I don't know. Let's see.
The real killer
is
you, Shoma Genzaki.
Oh.
What are you talking about, Takumi?
This really is a Danganronpa.
Have you forgotten that I was a victim too? I was stabbed!
Stop running your mouth and just watch as I expose every last detail of your criminal wrongdoings from start to finish.
Okay, now Takumi thinks this is Danganronpa. Darumi, you got your wish. Do we got like 10 paths? I don't think it's 10 paths. I think it's one good choice and the rest is wrong. And 12 wrong ones, basically. I'll tell you what happened in chronological order. Also, we haven't seen this in a while. Let's start with Kako. Her estimated time of death is between 1 and 4 a.m. on day 27. You met up with her before that on day 26. To tell her to come to the gym during that period of time. So she showed up at the gym as asked. Where you made up some reason for her to swallow that thing.
That thing?
Yes.
What thing?
The TTX.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The TTX. This time my Shoma might snap because of his memories.
Tetrodotoxin.
We'll see. It is extremely poisonous. Ingesting just 1 or 2 milligrams is fatal. That's how you poison Kako to death. After poisoning Kako, you put the bottle of TTX into her right hand. And then you block the gym door using a mop as a latch. Thinking you could make her death seem like suicide with all that nonsense. Once that was done, you climbed down the ladder in the corner of the stage into the escape pod storeroom. You already knew that the chef was there. Because you'd seen Ima and Kako going into the trapdoor before. You did your homework and went down to check the storeroom as well, before carrying out your plan. That is why you also knew about the ventilation shaft. You used that vent to return to the school building. That is the main reason causing me to single you out as a culprit. The main reason? Yeah.
Anyone could have used the ventilation shaft to get back into the school.
No.
You can't accuse me of being the culprit because of that.
You're the only one that could have used it because you're small.
Because of how the shaft bends in a zigzag shape and extends towards the school building.
Yeah. You're the only one who could fit. The bends are extremely narrow. Only someone with a body size of a small child could have gone through those bends. In other words, the only one who could have gotten through those narrow bends is you, Shoma. You can't say that for sure. A girl who was flexible enough could have passed through that as well, right? No, it's physically impossible. Anyway, there was something left in the ventilation shaft. That's what's gonna serve as irrefutable proof of your guilt.
Irrefutable proof?
Yeah.
Let's see this proof. What is it?
Green hair. Green cloth. Green hair. Yeah.
Here it is. This square piece of inch-wide green cloth.
Out of all of us, only Kurara, Takemaru, and Shoma wear something green on them. But Kurara's tomato mask isn't made of cloth, so this scrap can't be hers. And then the shade of green on Takemaru's jacket is less vibrant than this scrap too. Shoma, turn around. Why? Just do it! Also, Shoma hasn't been self-deprecating this arc too. I just checked. Part of Shoma's backpack has been torn. Actually, no, he has been. Never mind. The torn part perfectly matches the cloth scrap. Indeed, I too witnessed it and have concluded that they are a perfect match. You couldn't have passed through the narrow bends of that shaft while still wearing your backpack. But you couldn't leave it in the shaft either. So you tied the shoulder strap to your feet and pulled it along as you climbed up. That's how the backpack got caught on a sharp edge protruding out the inner wall of the shaft. Your cloth scrap got torn because of that. No, no, no! This is fake evidence planted by the real culprit! Someone's trying to frame me! In fact, if that was the case, why would that someone stab you? That one act would completely divert all suspicion away from you. Now, the next part is all just conjecture. This is the most Danganronpa-like part of this whole game. Shoma, you're actually intending to kill Ima as well, weren't you? That plan went awry because Kako showed up at the gym alone. So you had no choice but to kill only her. But that made things difficult for you because Ima knew about the storeroom as well. What's more, he also knew about the ventilation shaft. If he told anybody about the shaft, this would no longer be a locked room case. And if we pursue the case as a murder, we would eventually close in on you. So you wanted to kill Ima afterwards. But it was almost dawn by the time you crawled out of the ventilation shaft. That left you with no time to do anything about Ima. So you panicked and started thinking about ways to remove yourself from the suspect list. And that's how you ended up deciding to kill yourself. If you could make everyone think you had been mutilated by the culprit, we would never even dream of suspecting you. You're being ridiculous. There's no way that's too bold a plan for someone like me.
Who would dare kill themselves just to make it seem like they were innocent? What's the point of being seen as innocent if you're dead?
Because you weren't actually gonna die.
Of course. Actually dying was never part of your plan.
Yeah. In fact, you were absolutely confident that you wouldn't die because we have the revival medic in the infirmary. But for that to work, you had to die in a way that would allow us to find your dead body quickly. After all, we wouldn't be able to revive you if too much time had passed. That's why you screamed, right? And right after the morning announcement, so that everyone could hear you. Then you stabbed yourself all over and temporarily ended your own life. can't believe I'm listening to this. Please be realistic. No one in their right mind would willingly stab themselves that many times. There's something weird.
Just doesn't make any sense. We're not talking about cutting your wrists or slitting your throat here. Stabbing your own body over and over again like that? You'd be in too much pain to physically continue after a while. It's just not possible.
It is if you have this.
No.
However,
It is possible.
the one thing that I think is weird is that remember that Shoma's condition is that he's allergic to violence. Remember, he couldn't even stab himself with his infuser. So what happened to him now that he can just stab himself over and over and kill someone? If you injected yourself with a powerful anesthetic, if you injected yourself with a powerful anesthetic like Gamafiel. Remember what Yugamu said. At the proper dilution, this substance can numb the body's pain and emotional receptors without causing loss of consciousness. Yep, and I still stand by that. It does make sense. So you're trying to say that I used that drug to do the deed, right? But where would I even find a drug like that? You probably stole it from somewhere.
Stole it from where?
The biolab.
You can't just gloss over the details like that.
Yeah.
Tell me, where I could have gotten that drug from.
What the hell is this sprite? Why are you spitting? I never saw that sprite before.
From the biolab.
Yeah. That room is unlocked and everyone has access to the shelves. Getting the drug from there would have been no problem for you. Alright. Assuming that I did inject myself with that anesthetic.
How did I get rid of the hypodermic needle afterwards?
You tossed it away.
Back in the building, was there anything like that on me? There wasn't, right?
You tossed it away? That's what I just found, right? If not Shoma, then it might be Eva.
Somewhere far away.
No, it's impossible to be Eva. It has to be Shoma. Eva was in her cage, and only Takumi has the key. They went over that. At the time, she was still in the key, and there's only she was still in the cage, and there's only one key, and Takumi has it. Okay. What about the knife? Where did the knife that I used to stab myself disappear to? You tossed that far away as well, just like you did with the syringe. Did anyone find any of those things at the scene? No. But nobody searched the area nearby on day 27, the day of the incident. You could have collected those items the next day, the 28th, after you woke up. But still, you're just guessing at this point. You got no real proof. No proof that I threw the knife away after stabbing myself. I do have proof. It's just not with me right now, but I did find something. There was something some 30 feet away from where we found you.
What was it?
Bloodstains.
What did you find?
Yeah.
I saw bloodstains.
I am on to you, small man.
Patch on the corner of a rock.
Yeah. In a place where blood from your injuries couldn't have reached. Those stains prove that the bloody knife had been thrown over there. That's enough already! It doesn't matter what you're trying to say, because you have no solid proof!
The green cloth was the only piece of substantial evidence you managed to produce. Anyone could have left that behind to frame me. All it proves is that I could have committed this crime. But it doesn't prove that I was the only one who could have done it.
I guess I'll bluff. Yay!
It's time you stopped playing dumb, Shoma.
Yeah. I do actually have another piece of conclusive evidence. What? The bottle of TTX Kako was holding. Your fingerprints are on it. Yo. Hey.
That can't be.
He fell for it.
It can't be. It just can't. It can't.
Eh?
My fingerprints can't be on that bottle.
Oh
was
yeah?
wearing gloves when I...
Aha! Got his ass!
You fell for it.
Haha! Got his ass! He just admitted it!
No! That was just a slip of the tongue. I
Your
mean,
tongue betrays you!
It was just... anyway, I'm not...
Give it up, Shoma.
We got you
I'll
now.
say it again.
I am disappointed in you,
The
Shoma.
person who killed Kako by making her drink TTX. It was none other than you!
Okay, Takumi's enjoying this way too much.
Shoma Genzake!
Well, explain yourself, Shoma. The actor is funny? Yeah, he's having way too much fun. Like, this is the one arc that Takumi gets to be smart and he's gonna take full advantage of it. Takumi, you got a few things wrong, but for the most part you were correct. It was me. I killed Kako. Back off, Ima. You promised. So, which parts did I get wrong? The entire premise to begin with. I did not kill her of my own volition. I was ordered to do so by a certain someone. Let's call this Person X for now. What? Stop trying to make excuses for yourself. I'm telling you the truth. Please believe me. Tell us more about these orders you received. Just before dawn on the 26th, I woke up to someone tapping my cheek. When I opened my eyes, X was there right in front of me. You didn't lock the door? I did! I think X was already hiding inside before I came in. It is Eva, her or Eito? No, I don't think it's Eva. And Eito is dead. And he lost his heart. Under the bed or something? Okay, it might be Eito. That is a thing he would do. What did X say? X said...
I killed Gaku and intend to make you my next target. But I'll let you off if you follow my instructions. If you go against me or tell the others about my existence, I'll blow up the bomb inside your body immediately.
Shoma, you fool, even if the bomb...
The bomb planted in all of your bodies by that robot known as COA.
But Shoma, Eito already proved that the bomb can be detonated, but you can still be revived. Oh yeah, but they're not activating out. But the drones aren't activated outside of battle. Just who is this X person? I don't know. They were wearing a long black poncho. They wore a mask over their face and used a voice changer to hide their real voice. That sounds like a fake stabber you made up to fool us. I mean, it's true that I wasn't stabbed by that person of the description, but that person definitely exists. What happened after that? I followed X's instructions. I didn't want to be killed the way Gaku had been. X came up with an entire plan. They told me about the ladder shaft, the escape pod hanger, and the ventilation shaft. You said Takumi is the only guy with the key, but with him passing out, can we really say that it hasn't been an opportunity to escape from someone else? No, he hadn't passed out at that point. Like, he just took the key. Hiruko was holding it before. She gave it to Takumi so he could return Eva's mask, and then he went to, he went to bed the next day. And the next day, it happened, right? So it was overnight. Anyway, he hadn't passed out at that point. The tetrodotoxin. It was X who obtained it. Who obtained the bottle of TTX2. After that, I simply asked Kako to meet using the script X had prepared. What did the script say? To speak to her on the afternoon of the day 26. Kako, I know about the storeroom with the escape pod too. I also did some research in the library and found a way to open the cockpit and launch the pod into space. So, would you like to escape from this academy together with me and Ima? If so, come with Ima to the gym tonight at 2 AM. The plan was to kill not just Kako, but Ima as well. Because they were the only two people who knew about the storeroom. Killing them both at the same time in a locked room would make their deaths seem like suicide. But only Kako showed up at the gym at the specified time, 2 AM. Why? Kako said this. I haven't told my dear brother about what you told me yet. First, I need to verify whether your information is authentic or not. If it's true, then we set off tomorrow. But keep it a secret from my dear brother, alright? I want to surprise him. I hesitated to execute the plan because she had showed up alone. But X also told me,
if you chicken out and do nothing, I'll still blow you up.
So, I passed Kako a water bottle mixed with TTX. Takumi more or less covered what happened after that until I returned to the school building. Except, I had not foreseen my backpack would get torn along the way. After returning to the first floor of the school building, I was at a loss because I didn't know what I was supposed to do about Ima. It was gonna be difficult to kill him because the sun had already risen by then. Suddenly X appeared again.
Ima probably knows about the ventilation shaft. If he spills the beans, they'll all know Kako didn't die in a locked room. They'll start investigating the case as a murder instead of assuming it was a suicide. The morning announcement will be playing soon. You won't make it back to the roof in time. Somebody will realize you were out and about before dawn.
That's why he stabbed him.
Rest assured, for if you do as I say, you'll never even make it to the suspect list.
Right, so exactly as Takumi said. That's why you went to the back of the building, and... Yes, I had been left with no other choice. But I was hesitant right up until the moment I injected myself with Gamma Fiel. Once I did that, it was as if my sense of fear completely evaporated. Oh, X gave me the Gamma Fiel as well, along with the knife and the syringe. I'm pretty sure X must have been the one to collect the knife and syringe I dropped after I did the deed. Because I know I definitely didn't retrieve them. His story thus told, Shoma slumped his shoulder and bowed his head deeply. The silence that followed stretched on until Hiroko finally spoke up. I just have one last question, Shoma. Do the words back or heart ring any bells? Back or heart? No, I have no idea. Thank you. Your reaction was the answer I needed. I guess that's that, Takumi. Yeah, X must have done it. If Shoma wasn't involved in that particular affair. Everyone was looking at us in confusion. Probably because nobody knew that someone had stolen their hearts from the dead bodies. Then Shoma started trembling like a leaf as if he suddenly remembered something. Oh no! That's it! I'm gone for! I told you about X! The bomb inside me is gonna blow up now! Nothing's happening. Did this X person lie to you? I think they must have. An amateur can possibly make a detonator for the bomb in our bodies. Only someone with my level of skill and experience. So Mr. Genzaki won't be executed. Uh-oh. Somebody hold Ima! Then I'll do it myself. I'll kill you. I'll tear you limb from limb. Oh boy. Ima let out a guttural roar and charged towards Shoma so quickly nobody had time to react. He shoved Shoma to the ground and clambered on top of him and started strangling him so hard it almost seemed like he might rip his head off.
Go to
Opa.
hell!
Oh damn. Oh boy.
Ima, no!
Ima. I ran over in a panic and pulled Ima off. You promised! Shoma had fainted and was frothing at the mouth. Yugamu darted over to conduct a quick check.
He's fine. Just passed out.
Don't say that in front of Ima! Oh, boy.
Sister! My dear sister!
Mm-hmm.
My dear sister!
You did say we would avenge his sister, yes. After a heartbreaking outburst, Ima simply collapsed on the spot. Nozomi and Tsubasa rushed over and started comforting him. Everyone else was at a loss, simply staring quietly at Ima as they stood rooted to the ground, to the spot. Yeah, sorry, Ima. The sound of Ima's pained wails echoed coldly and endlessly throughout the walls of the building. Damn. Shoma, I am disappointed in you. You go to the jail. We moved the unconscious Shoma to the cage in the courtyard and made sure he was properly locked. Once that was done, I shoved the key deep inside my pocket. Everyone returned to their rooms without saying another word. I found myself completely alone. Looking up at the night sky, I thought about what happened. Kako's case had been solved, but that didn't mean it was all over. Someone out there killed Gaku and instructed Shoma to kill Kako. This was likely the same person who had been stealing hearts from the bodies in the morgue. X, the real mastermind behind this entire string of events. I had to find out who this person was by hook or crook. And I would, no matter what I did. I clenched my fists tightly, and I would let nothing shake me from this firm resolve. Day 51. Alright.
Guys! Wake up! Something's happened!
Oh no. Oh no, don't tell me. Upon hearing the loud cry, I dashed out of my room. What happened? Oh no. What's going on? I was up early and I checked on Shoma and... Shoma, he... What happened to him? Just come with me quickly. Oh my god, Shoma is already dead, isn't he? We all knew where we were going. Everybody made a dash to the courtyard together. We ran through the second floor hallway and burst into the courtyard, then ran towards the cage without stopping. There we saw... Well, in the same pose. Ah, Shoma, fool me once, shame on you.
Shoma!
Oh boy. Kyoshika grabbed the gate and tried to open it. It's locked?
It is still locked and will not budge.
What?
Doesn't Takumi have the key?
Hold on, I'll unlock it now.
Maybe it is the key? Okay, now I think it might be the key. Once the gate was unlocked, I opened it and went inside. I immediately ran to Shoma and touched his neck, checking for a pulse. You need to look at him! At that moment, I felt something felt a little off.
It's wet.
What? I touched his clothes and they were wet as well.
Well, is he alive or not?
I already
Wet?
checked that. As you can clearly see, he's already...
Maybe we can still revive him if we bring him to the infirmary like last time.
Since I had touched the body, I already knew it was too much time had passed. But I decided to go along with it anyway.
Yeah, we should try that.
He's wet? What do you mean he's wet? Well, Ima. Cause of death, hemorrhagic shock. Estimated time of death, day 51, between 2 and 5 a.m. Multiple stab wounds to the chest and abdomen. The murder weapon is likely a sharp blade, about 8 inches long. Too much time had passed since death. Insufficient cryptoglobin present in the body. Impossible to revive. After everyone had their chance to view the monitor, the mood in the room became heavier. The hell's going on? How did the killer get to Shoma when the cage was locked? Takumi, did you lock the door last night? Yes, I did. So nobody could have stolen the key from me while I was sleeping. And I know I'm repeating myself, but the key is unique. It cannot be copied. Well, that narrows it down the list of possible suspects to just Takumi, right? Don't you ever get tired of mindlessly repeating the same thing? Aren't we overlooking other possibilities? That he stabbed himself like before? This time, in a way that would be impossible for us to revive him. I can't think of any other reason why he would wind up dead in a locked cage in the middle of the night. Well then, who supplied him with the knife? It has to be X, right? If it was X, they would have passed him to some Gaffia and a syringe. Yeah, ain't no one strong enough to keep mutilating themselves like that without being drugged to hell out of their minds. He could have used one of the bottles that had been stolen previously. Remove Shoma's remains to the morgue. There were now 4 bodies lying on the tables. At Ima's request, we made sure that Kaku and Shoma's bodies were not placed next to each other. Ima walked to Shoma's dead body and stared at it for a long time, and then he said, "You got what you deserved." Yeah. After that, we investigated the courtyard together. Despite coming over every inch of the area, we found no trace of a knife or a syringe. The only thing we found was a balloon. It was lying on the floor near Shoma's cage. A balloon? Although I couldn't immediately figure out if it was related to the case, I decided to stuff it in my pocket just in case. Soon, the last ray of sunlight disappeared into the horizon and the darkness of the night took over. It was already way past dinner time. Seeing that none of us had any appetite after that, we skipped the cafeteria and gathered in the rec room instead. This makes it 3 people who have lost their lives because of X. We don't know for sure if X has anything to do with Shoma's case yet. Of course they did! We'd all be in serious trouble if it wasn't X. Because that would mean there's 2 killers of X's caliber running around free. So who do we think X might be? Everyone fell silent. This was one question that I was dreading the most. And it seemed like the others felt the same. Ever since Shoma shared his side of the story last night, we've all been avoiding that particular issue. But it was time to face reality. I steel myself and turned to Tsubasa. Tsubasa, do you still have the organic life detection device? Yes. 12. The same number of people present here. That means somebody among us is X. No, wait. It could have been someone who came at midnight and left the school before the sun came up. Sadly, that's not possible. This device comes with a history log. At 4 AM last night, the number changed from 13 to 12 and stayed there. Aha! So Sir Shoma was murdered at 4 AM last night. Yeah? Ms. Magadori, we are discussing something important here. Yep, Shoma died. Shoma got stabbed in the middle of the night. And the cage was locked, so now I'm suspecting of Takumi again. Because the cage was locked and Takumi had a key. The number reduced by 1 when Shoma lost his life. But after that, it neither went up or down. Proving that nobody came into the school or left it, right? Yes. Thing is, we're all screwed if we don't do something. X threatened to kill us all in that message, and they're doing just that. The more we put this off, the more people will be dropping dead, one by one. Well, I agree about the part of doing something at least. Hey, Takumi, you're the leader. Come up with something. Maybe. How about we make it a compulsory to move around in groups of at least 3 during the day? Didn't someone mention that before that 3 is a risky number? It was because our 2 other teammates could be working together. But the situation has changed. According to Shoma, X is just one person. That's right, so a group of 3 should be fine. What about at night? Feels like that's the main thing. So far, they were all taken out at night. Then we should... The second time? No? Okay. Also, let me check something. I forgot to check. Aha, yes. If I pick Shoma, and probably if I pick literally anybody else. Oh boy, this situation again. Done and done. Are we all gonna be sleeping here from now on? How bland and boring. Getting evacuation center vibes here. Would you prefer bland and boring or dead and in a ditch? We've used curtains to divide the area into rooms, so everybody will have some semblance of privacy. Is it really gonna work? What if the killer strikes while we were sleeping? In fact, that's why we've avoided sleeping in one spot until now, right? Yes, and that's why I'm thinking of having a sentry system. 3 people will be on watch at all times. So, and we'll also rotate 1 person every hour. And if anything happens, just shout. That's reassuring. Now I can get a good night's rest. My skin will thank me. Oh, apparently a time skip happens if I pick wrong? Okay. Well, we'll go back to that whenever we finish this route. Looks like we're agreed then. This agreement should stop X from causing further harm. We should be safe for a while. Yeah, you thought the same thing about the zombies and the serial killer. Now we just need to continue our investigation and expose X's identity before they tried anything else. There was just one thing that was bothering me. Shoma was killed today. I saw his body with my own eyes. Which meant... What? What? 75? What the hell? Also, I have forgotten. If it's the Ginyu, I hope you like stars. I don't like stars.
Be ready to give your life.
Why did we jump today? I woke up to the sound of the morning announcement. The first thought that crossed my mind was not again, along with a sense of resignation. Looking up at the unfamiliar ceiling, it took me a few seconds to realize I was in the gym. I stood up from my makeshift bed, pulled up the curtains divider, and stepped outside. Why do you mean day 75? Takumi! He awakens! I ain't one to sweat the small stuff, but you gave us a real scare this time. Did I pass out again? You were out for 23 whole days. Is that a new record? Oh, for the love of murder. I turned slowly to look at everyone and then said, everyone's safe. Thanks to your last words. My last words? What is wrong with your body, man? It's something wrong with his brain. Brain damage, that's what. For us to move in groups during the day and sleep together at night. Remember, those are instructions you gave on day 51. We've been able to survive all this time because of them. X hasn't had an opportunity to strike. That also means X is still... Yes, we still don't know who they are. Are we sure it's not you? That's what I'm saying. If we did, we would have thrown them in a cage and tossed away the key already. Now that I got a better look at them, I saw signs of fatigue on everyone's faces. X is among us. I'll be killed if I walk around with only one other person. They've all had to spend the last 23 days under the crushing weight of such thoughts. It's no wonder their mental fatigue was starting to show physically. Oh right, there's something you need to know. What is it? About 10 days ago, we met the boy with the Undying Flames. Ooh. He showed himself?
Yeah.
Yes. He was feeling very unwell. He said he had to tell us something. Oh? And what was that? I recently found out there's something called a distress signal transmitter somewhere in the school. It was put there in the event of all but one member of Team 1 dying. Only Team 1 though, because the two teams joining together had not been anticipated. The people on the satellite did not think that Team 2 would ever come here. Okay, this is new information. At any rate, no matter how strong they are, a single fighter wouldn't be able to win this war on their own. Instead, that survivor will be extracted and put on standby while the people in charge put together a fresh team for a new attempt. Once the correct series of codes had been entered into the transmitter, it would, well, transmit a distress signal. Okay, this is new info. Once the artificial satellite received it, they would send a rescue craft to the school. The survivor would get on board and be taken back to the satellite. That's supposed to be the sequence of events. Also, the rescue craft would not have a capacity restriction. That means people from both Team 1 and 2 will be able to board with no issues. The second class defense academy does not have a transmitter of its own, so bringing the team over was definitely the right move. Unfortunately, I do not know where the transmitter is located. Still, it seemed to me like this information could be of use to you. That is why I came here to tell you about it. A distress signal transmitter. I never even heard of such a thing before. Yeah, this is new. Same here. After hearing that, we split into groups to search for the transmitter, but we still haven't found it. A timeline where everyone might survive? Who knows? It doesn't matter. We would have to put that transmitter on the back burner for now. Finding the identity of X was our top priority. X is most likely the one who killed Shoma. Or they would have ordered someone else to do it, like they did for Kako. At any rate, X was absolutely involved in Shoma's murder. As long as we could figure out who killed Shoma, we would find out who X is. Alright. I clenched my fist tightly. Hiriko, Tsubasa, come with me. What? Where? To the courtyard. I'm gonna reinvestigate the scene of Shoma's murder. Very well. I don't mind, but... What's the matter? Can we have a breakfast first? I'm starving. And you, Takumi, you haven't eaten in 20 days! And thus, Hiroko, Tsubasa, and I went to the courtyard together after having breakfast. Oh. Detective Takumi on the case? Why did you ask us to come along? I can't go against my own last words now, can I? The part about moving together in groups during the day. But why choose us? No reason in particular, I just felt like it. Felt like it? One of us could very well be X. Then it will be a 2-on-1 fight. What if X tries to destroy the evidence during the investigation? I'm not worried. They would have already done that while I was unconscious if it was that important. Yes, that is true. Then what are you investigating? One question before I answer that. Nobody had an alibi for 4 AM on day 51, right? When Shoma was killed? Yes, we were all sleeping in our rooms. Well, Eva was in Ato's room actually, but you know what I mean. What about the murder weapon? Or any clues? So far we haven't found anything. In that case, the fastest way to identify X is to see who could have possibly killed Shoma under those circumstances. The killer likely used a special method to kill Shoma while he was locked in his cage. Figuring out that method could break this case wide open. Who could have done that? And thus the best line of investigation. That was the best line of investigation to pursue. How exactly are we doing that? This place is so big that I have no idea where to even start. We need some kind of clue first. There is a clue. Shoma's body was wet when we first found it, right? I think finding out why may be the key to solving this case. I walked over to the courtyard fountain. There was a valve with a handle on the side, probably for adjusting the amount of water being sprouted. I opened it completely and then... Oh, snappo. A frightening amount of water gushed out all at once, making the fountain look like an erupting geyser or an open dam. A giant column of water shot into the sky and came down like a pouring rain. I quickly turned the handle to close the valve. Soon the water slowed considerably and went back to its normal flow. Whew, that was close. What exactly were we trying to do? I'm glad I was standing over here. I would have gotten all wet by now if I'd been any closer. Next, I checked the central drain. It was more like a tunnel than a drain. The water flowed deep into the tunnel. There was a large handle there as well. I turned the handle on the wall and a wall came down from the... Wait. I turned the handle and a wall came down from the top of the tunnel, completely sealing up the drain. After checking it, I returned the handle to its original position. I briefly saw Hiroko and Tsubasa staring at me in confusion, and I proceeded to my next destination, the cage where Shoma was being held. Okay, Takumi, what the heck are you getting into here? We already checked every inch of that cage. There's no hidden tunnels underneath the bars. Oh, and the bars are strong as it can be. No scratches on the lock either. No traces that anything had been tampered with. The hinges on the gate were also untouched. As I was listening to them, my eyes wandered to the top of the cage. Officially, this cage is an animal pen. I think it was supposed to be modeled after a bird cage or something. You see the ring suspended on the top there? Yes, what about it? I didn't answer, instead lowering my glance to the bottom of the cage where something caught my eye. The cage isn't secured on the floor. It's just a bottomless cage placed on a base. But the cage is impossible to move manually. It literally weighs a ton. How do you know that? There was a blueprint on the courtyard in the war room's computer. They had some information about it. You think... Wait, it is Eva? Wait, what? You think Eva... Oh, what? Do you think Eva transformed and lifted the cage? Because that doesn't work. We know already that the cage... No, she can't. She can't transform. She can't in the cage because they mentioned it before, right? The reason why they put Eva in the cage is because this cage seals your cryptoglobin. It's kind of like how that fake escape pod that Vashnes used in the original timeline. If you're inside, you can't use your powers. That's why that's the point of this cages. So no, Eva can't transform and lift the cage. So no, it was not Eva. At least this doesn't, this doesn't accuse her. I see. So it weighs 1 ton. Hey, that reminds me. Did you know this courtyard was originally created as a biotope for space development research? Biotope? I'll try to keep the explanation as brief as possible. I just noticed the Sea Ray Angel on the corner there. What the hell is that thing? It is said that before the War of Death, Earth was full of different types of terrains, like arid regions and rainforests. And each of these regions were inhabited by living things unique to that area, including plants, microorganisms, and vertebrates. For research purposes, this place was originally created as a perfect replica of the ecosystem those creatures had been living in. Sea-Ray needs new taste. Or the people who made him, at least. That's why they are blessed of hot air to simulate a desert environment. It can also withstand atmospheric pressure many times Earth's range. But wouldn't that amount of pressure cause the windows to break? What are you talking about? Those things over there aren't windows, they are display screens, including the ceiling. Look carefully and you see the light flickering every once in a while. There's no way the sky would be visible from here. We are inside a school after all. You might be right. But what about the exits on both sides connected to the hallways? Atmospheric pressure can escape from those exits if it gets too high, right? Those places were closed in the beginning, covered by partition walls, remember? Right, they opened up after Siri released them. In other words, as long as all the walls and the exits and the drains are down, the courtyard is a completely sealed space. A completely sealed space. Are you done here? Shall we return to the gym? Not yet. There's one more thing. This. A balloon?
Oh.
The one we found during the investigation on day 51. Why do you think it was found so close to the cage? I have no idea. I can hardly imagine that it was someone's personal I can hardly imagine it being someone's personal belongings. The more likely possibility is that someone made it using the Gift-O-Matic. Gift-O-Matic. We'll definitely be able to find a clue if we go in there. What the hell happened with Takumi in this arc? Did his brain damage make it so whenever he is unconscious, all his brain power accumulates? Investigating the Gift-O-Matic resulted in a few discoveries. Oh. So in summary, the official name of this is Sturdy Rubber Balloon. It was made using a very durable material. The description in the box mentions that it doesn't break easily. The balloon has a capacity of 10 liters. It should be quite big when it's blown up. According to the history logs, it's been crafted a total of 100 times. Who needs that many balloons and for what? Unfortunately, we won't be able to find out who crafted them. That data and only that data had been erased. After reviewing our findings, I put the balloon back in my pocket. Tsubasa, is there a tire pump in the parking lot? Yeah, an electric air compressor. Is it portable? Of course it is. It has a caster wheels attached to it. Anybody can move it anywhere. But why do you ask? Sorry, let me gather my thoughts first. I'll explain it all to everyone once I've cleared a picture of how the events unfolded. A clearer picture. When will that happen? Probably by 7 PM tonight. Damn, Takumi just suddenly became smart. He went from being a huge dumbass to like the smartest man in the building. We returned to the gym together where I immediately started sorting off my thoughts. The day flew by as I did. And soon it was night. The time I had asked everyone to meet had arrived. It was exactly 7 PM when I quietly said to everyone, "Hey guys, can we all move to the courtyard? I have something important to discuss." What is so important? The Himo anime is affecting his brain probably? Yep. What is this important thing that we had to come all the way here to discuss? Well, you see. I turned my gaze upwards and I slowly lowered my head.
I figured out who killed Shoma.
Oh boy, here he goes. But I haven't. Oh boy. Oh boy. Several gasps. Who did it? First, I must answer how. How did the killer stab Shoma while he was inside the locked cage? Once we can figure that out, I can identify the killer. The identity of the killer becomes apparent. Because only that person could have done that under the circumstances. Just cut to the chase and tell us who the killer is already. I don't know this time.
All right. I'll tell you.
I don't know.
The person who killed Shoma.
Oh boy.
It was. The name of that person is.
God damn it, Takumi. The person who killed Shoma is. I have no idea. Who that? Was it me? No. Go for broke, Eva? Never. I said I trust her with my life. I really don't know. I don't think it's Eva. I don't think we would have that entire arc of Eva trusting us and then betraying us. Especially because the first death, which was Gaku, you know, happened before Eva came. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, let me just like check. Oh shoot, no, check guide. That's not it. It's her or me? Good idea! It's her or me? Okay, it was me.
I don't have any memories of it, but...
It was the alien, he made me do it!
The killer... It could very well have been me.
Wow, wow. It's the alien in my head. Yeah, like I've been saying that all the time, right? Yeah, she kept saying that I'm the killer. But how could you not have any? But how could you not have any memories? It's simple. I just don't remember. Then you cannot be the killer. But I don't believe any of you here could have done something so cruel. Also, I'm the only one who could have gotten inside because the key was with me. There are other reasons too. Nothing happened when I was unconscious, right? That would make sense if I was the culprit. The cause of my fainting disease may have played a part as well. Oh. The traces of treatment found on damaged parts of the brain. Fainting disease likely develop as a side effect. Yes, okay. Maybe I was right. Traces of treatment found on damaged parts of my brain. If those damaged parts have actually yet to heal properly, I could have gotten up subconsciously at night and did all those things without being aware of it, right? That's what I'm saying. It was probably me. Maybe. Then you leave us with no choice but to lock you up in a cell. Are you okay with that, Takumi? No. Ah! You're still trying to put up a fight even after you confessed? I wasn't confessing, I was just saying it's a possibility. But you were so confident that you knew who the killer was. You're being utterly incoherent. Anyway, hold him, everyone. Okay. Stop! Stay away from me! I said, stay away! What the hell, Takumi? I screamed and started running. You bastard, stop right there! I burst out of the room into the hallway and just kept running. Some time passed. I was finally able to throw off all my pursuers after running around the school haphazardly.
I'll be in danger if I stick around here. I should leave the school for a while and get my head together.
We're getting this worm out of my brain! I headed to the entrance hall and grabbed a fire extinguisher before sneaking outside. Before long, I arrived at the wall of fire, but somebody had been lying in ambush for me. Yugamu. You are X. No. But you basically admitted it just now. I told you, I was just throwing off possibilities. Save your excuses. Now I can finally kill you without regrets. What? Have you forgotten that I am an assassin? Wait, does that mean... Yugamu pulled out a dirk and walked towards me with a smirk on his face.
No! Stop!
What? What? Ain't no way! Oh no!
Nozomi! Why?
I saw you, so I ran after you.
Oh no! Yugamo, I'm not even close!
How could you do this?
Hey, this wasn't my fault. I was just trying to intimidate you. Killing you had never been my intention at all.
God damn it, Yugamo, you gotta stop being so horny.
Shut up!
Bizarre murder horny thingy. I charged at Yugamo with a feral roar and we grabbed hold of each other. As we were struggling, we lost our balance and our bodies caressed into the wall of fire at the same time! Oh boy. The very next moment, our bodies vaporized in the blink of an eye. What the hell? My consciousness ceased to be, just as quickly as my body was reduced to ashes. Well then, we reached the end, everybody. Mystery route. Ah, this is called the mystery route. Dance in the purple flames. God damn it, like, it's called the mystery route and Kako dies. She wanted nothing more but than to be a detective. And in the one detective route, she's out. Oh, what the hell? Oh. This has... You were right, Remake. There are more than one routes here. Well, so what happens if I say that I was the one that killed Kako, then? Well, that didn't work. Alright. Remake, to appease you, I will say that it was Eva, even though I don't think it was her. Was it Eva? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna continue this next time. I've been meaning to stop for a while now, but I just kind of kept... But things just kind of kept going and kept happening. So yeah, because it's getting late and I gotta do some other stuff still today. I wanted to stop a little earlier, but then Shoma died and then I just kind of kept going and going and going. So yeah, next time I guess we're gonna blame it on Eva, even though I still don't think it was her. But we'll see. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a great night. Join the Discord server. I have a Discord now. I keep forgetting to say that at the beginning of the stream. The link is in the description on Twitch and on YouTube as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. See you tomorrow with Stellar Blade. Bye bye.